live. What's good, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, look, I'm the first light.
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, Rambo, how are you doing since getting, the shit that happened last week or earlier this week?
Oh. I'm actually doing even better because I'm happy that it pushed me to go ahead and make my own site. Because I was always talking about it, but I just never did it, and that it just kind of made that decision a little bit easier. So now I'm actually happier now. I've already got I spend a day, I guess, tweeting or messaging and emailing a bunch of developers and publishers, and I've already got back like 8 games to review and stuff. So I'm doing all right. Yeah.
Like, are they AAA ones, or are you starting? Or you
No.
right?
Yeah, indie. Yeah, you can't really expect. I mean, most of the AAA companies won't even mess with you whenever.
First starting out.
Yeah, starting out because of the fact that you don't have a ton of views on your site. But I mean, I've gotten a ton of indies. I got this one back. I just finished a review on, and it's on PlayStation and Steam, and it's called Horizon Chase Turbo. Fun ass racing game. If you remember any of those games like Outrun or whatever in the arcades.
Yeah.
Almost exactly like that, except what you would expect if it was remastered by an indie studio. So there's almost kind of like a 16-bit game brought into the today, but not like Forza into today, but an indie studio. And it's $20 on PlayStation. I'm not sure how much it is on Steam, but man, it's so much fucking fun. It actually has 4-player split screen co-op.
Oh shit!
That's different in today's standards. Shit.
Right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard that in a game?
It also has online as well if you want, and then but there's no trophies associated with the online part, so you can actually do all the trophies and stuff by doing just the doing it by yourself. But I mean, it's just like this old school games where you keep on wanting to challenge yourself, trying to get to that first place mark because you made one stupid mistake or you needed one more upgrade, and it's a lot of fun, man. I've been like playing the shit out of that game. I think my review ended up making it like a 9.3 or a 9.5, something like that. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, what do you use, a 1 to 10 scale?
Yeah.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. I really recommend it to anybody who likes those old school racers for sure.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a good like Twisted Metal reboot.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That was there were a couple games me and my brother spent just fucking hours battling
Somebody
each other.
might actually buy a PlayStation for that one.
I don't have to buy a PlayStation. I've got one. Oh no, you mean Shane?
No, you.
I've got a PlayStation. I just don't use it.
Somebody might actually use their PlayStation.
There you go.
That happened. We can say Shane might, but we already know he won't because he's like addicted to that gay box.
I just have so much money invested into it. It's so hard to not play it.
When you invest in gayness, I mean it's hard to.
Hey, it's Pride Month. Don't knock my gay console.
It's hard to go back straight, man.
Yeah, don't be homophobic, Rambo. Jeez.
Not on Pride Month.
Not on Pride Month, okay. Well, Pride is like, what was that thing that businessman said? Pride is a sin. God wants us to be humble, so therefore we can't celebrate Pride Month.
He's not wrong.
It did, Cyrus. That new Halloween, it looks... Hold on, I'm going to use a hipster word. It looks lit as fuck, yo.
Wait, really? Lit? Is that really a hipster word now? Come on.
It's fire, man.
I remember when that was like gangster talk.
Okay, my urban is showing then. It looks lit.
It's fire, yo. It's triple fire emoji.
It is.
Triple fire emoji.
Oh, speaking of emojis, did you guys know that Facebook views the poop emoji as hate speech?
Oh, Jesus.
And did you know that Apple, because of the fact that it wants to be more inclusive, has removed the eggs from the salad emoji so that would be more vegan
Yep,
friendly?
I just saw that. Yeah.
Eggs and salad is nasty, but that's the wrong reason to do
Oh
it.
no, it ain't. That's really good. Eggs and salad are great, but yeah, I mean, like they wanted to be more vegan friendly, so they removed the eggs.
God.
I'm like going,
That's stupid.
do people really? I mean, seriously, in this day and time, do people actually relate to fucking emojis?
Bruh. I
I have never used an emoji and thought, God, I want this thing to represent me. Where's the gamer
remember
emoji?
when they were just yellow faces?
Yeah.
Or
like,
if you were really special, it was the little green Android ones, right?
Yeah, and I never fucking cared.
God,
Did you care that
now.
there wasn't one that matched your skin tone?
Fuck. Seriously, I read that article where people were bitching that all the. Because it wasn't. It was
Yeah,
like.
it was to all white people.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
they're
the
not fucking white,
actual
they're yellow.
people ones, though. And yeah, they were all white. They weren't brown, or they would. None
Yeah.
of them had hijabs on, or whatever the fuck. And I was
And
just
I'm
like, you
like
gotta be
going-
shitting me.
When do you pick an emoji and go, God, this thing represents me so well? Like, what? How do you connect with the fucking emoji?
I use the bro fist and the turtle quite frequently.
I use all black emojis.
Yeah, me too, because I like to be equal.
Well, no, I use them because they tell me I can't, so therefore that's all I use now. I've turned all my emojis to the black one.
That's racist, Rambo.
I'm gonna cultural
son,
appropriate the shit out of these emojis.
Yes, I'm cultural appropriating the shit out of them fucking emojis, man. I didn't know it pissed that many people off, so now that's the reason why I use it all the black ones.
God.
Oh, look, Rambo Ark is only $24 on the Xbox.
Oh,
I
yay.
should buy it as a gift for you.
Oh, Jesus.
It'll just sit on my fucking ready to install list.
Dude,
it will never be installed.
Rambo would seriously like email PlayStation. Is there a way I can give this away or something? I don't even want it on my list.
Yeah, it's like I don't even want to scroll through this shit and find this thing, man. This thing's got to go.
You guys ever play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 or 2?
No.
I'm not really big on superhero fight games like that. I'm
It's
more
that top-down
like,
beat 'em up, right?
yeah, but I mean, I'm more of like a Spider-Man type thing, like where it's like you're just the one character and you're the open world, you know. If I'm gonna do the superhero thing.
Man, last time I played beat 'em ups was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and shit.
Streets of Rage.
Double Dragon,
the-
yo.
Double Dragon was lit as fuck, yo.
The Cavs just beat the Warriors.
We were
Well,
watching
no,
that game
wait,
at dinner.
The Warriors just beat the Cavs.
So Warriors win the finals then, right?
Yes, they are the world champion
Again.
again. Yes, for the second straight. Like I mean, at this point, like I'm really ready for them to like throw that salary cap thing, and like I get they need to stop the ability to create super teams, like what Kevin Durant did.
That's what the salary cap is supposed to do, but they find a way around it.
Yeah, but that's what Kevin Durant did. He went for the league minimum. Like he decided to go. Like he's worth millions. But he decided to go for the minimum pay that they could pay him, so that way he could go there for the 2 years. That way they could afford him and he could win a championship. And he says he didn't do it just to win a championship. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah, full of shit. He just wanted a ring.
When you're worth like $16-20 million a year and you take like what, $1 million a year? Yeah, you did it for a ring. That's it.
Yeah, I don't
And
care
now
about
LeBron's
basketball,
talking-
so.
LeBron's talking about leaving Cleveland and forming his own super team to compete with, what's it called?
If LeBron leaves Cleveland again, he's going to be so hated, and he's never going to be welcome back.
It'll be like the second time Michael Jordan tried to come back.
Yeah. They're going to find, bitch, but you're not using your old number.
That he wants to be Michael Jordan. He wants to be Michael Jordan so bad.
Yeah, he does.
He's never
But
going to be.
no, I mean, no matter what, people keep on compare like his stats to Michael's, and I'm like, cool. Wait, he passed him on the all-time scoring list. Great, but guess what? there was never such thing as a Game 7 in a finals that the Chicago Bulls were in. There was never a time when the Chicago Bulls walked away from the finals. It was a loss. Whenever he was in there for the finals.
Oh, and geez, just look at the rest of Michael Jordan's stats too.
Yeah, and he's lost. Let's put it this way: LeBron has lost, I think, almost as many championships as Michael Jordan won.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron is good. I like him, but I don't like how he wants to. He wants to think he's like the best player out there. I just think that. I really think Steph Curry is like one of the best players out there. That boy can just shoot at any point in, like anywhere on the damn court. He's just like, okay, 3-pointer.
Well, that's the thing about like a player like Michael Jordan, man. It wasn't just that he was great at scoring or whatever. I mean, he was great at everything.
Yeah, defense, everything.
You know, he knew exactly when to pass. He knew exactly when to assist. He knew, you know, everything.
Yep.
There was nothing that he couldn't do well, and that's LeBron just does. I mean, he's a good player, but he's very, very good at specific things and not all that great at a whole bunch of other things.
And Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year several times, and LeBron has never won it. LeBron has never been a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year. Because if you watch LeBron play defense, it's kind of a joke.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of like Shaq on free throws.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean it's bad. I mean, but if I'll tell you somebody who's worse, and that's Harding.
Yeah.
Like he'll just like Harding will sit there like he'd be the only one down there to guard against one-on-one player, and he'll just let that motherfucker pass, like just go right by him. Like he'll just look at him too, like okay, like he won't even attempt to guard him.
Man, so did you guys actually watch the game tonight?
I didn't watch it. No, I figured that. I mean, after like Cleveland couldn't even keep it competitive. I mean, I just gave up on what I already knew what was going to happen, and I hate fucking the Warriors because I hate the Kevin Durant. So I refused to watch it.
Is that because he left your team?
Yes, but he did it in a bitch way, man. Like that's
you don't understand. Where I'm from and where Pete lives, Warriors are fucking. They're it. Them but Kings, but the Kings are crap.
I was gonna say, bro, it's all Kings around me, so.
He's a bitch, though, man. Like full on bitch mode. Like he left them and then acted like he was like some sort of superior player, but he ain't, man. The only reason that he's winning championships because he went to a loaded fucking team.
Man, I was only catching bits and pieces of it at dinner, but man, there was this one shot. Fuck, man. I don't even know. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't paying much attention, but whoever the dude was guarding this fool, and he went straight fucking at him at the 3-point line, and this dude fucking twisted his ass and jumped next to this guy, and then fucking threw a 3-pointer, and it was fucking pretty amazing.
And it probably more than likely was Steph Curry that made the 3-pointer, because that boy, it seems like every time, like if he's in a bind like that, he can just throw it up and it actually just goes straight into the basket. It's like it never fails.
That was a weird, man. There was a weird ass commercial in the middle of the game too. Apple was putting up emojis that you can like morph or something. Apple spent money on a championship game for a commercial, and obviously it was for the iPhone X, but the whole point of the commercial was that there were these emojis that you can do for 10 seconds and like make them do something. Tell me that's not crazy.
Apple, I swear, like they're great at innovating the shit no one cares about.
Right?
But then people end up caring about it. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys know
I'll
what
bet
I
you
mean.
this will be the next new thing. 'Cause seriously, it's like you can make them do like weird facial expressions and shit. But like that was the whole point of the commercial, and it had, there was some like rap. I can't remember. My brother knew the name of the dude. Little Scrappy or some shit like that. But
Little Scrappy, what the fuck?
I don't. Whatever, right? I don't fucking know these kids' names these days. But yeah, like must have spent fucking millions of dollars on this ad because like right in the middle of the championship game, so that's pricey enough. But then they've got some rapper doing a song for it, so that's gonna cost them fucking big ass bucks. And it's like, dude, you just spent all that, probably $50 million for an ad for emojis. The fuck are you doing, Apple? I don't know.
They have more money than they have sense.
Right? Must be doing something right, because fucking people love their phones for some fucking reason.
Dude, like the phone thing is ridiculous. Like, fucking wife is always on her phone.
I just don't. I mean, I kind of see. Okay, I got it back in the day because back in like the late '80s or early '90s, if you wanted a computer that never ever ever crashed and didn't have some of the problems that PCs had, especially for something like business, you got an Apple. Fair enough. But
yeah,
what the phones and shit? It's like they're 2 or 3 times as expensive as a Android phone that performs twice as well.
People don't see it that way though.
I don't see how. I just don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah.
San Andreas is backwards compatible. Not that you care now, Rambo, but yeah. You can buy that right now. It's $9.74.
It's not a bad price. Of course, Jesus, that game's got to be coming up on like 10 years old by now, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking old.
Well, see,
I
Rambo,
imagine
at
it's
the end
even
of the
more.
day, look how old you are, and then you'll. 10 ain't bad. I mean,
I wouldn't play myself though.
fine.
I just don't like when I see movies that I remember watching, and it's like, this movie came out 15 years ago, and it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, my son asked me like why I don't still have my car, one of my cars from whenever I was a kid, and I was like, what?
The car was old
Like,
when
that was
I
like
had
almost,
it.
Yeah, like that was almost 30 fucking years ago. Like, why the hell would I still have the fucking car?
Shit,
Because you're
man.
supposed to keep these things, Rambo, apparently.
91? Yeah, my car's coming up on 30 years old.
Mine is what, 96, so that's not even 30, that's 20.
22. Old enough to drink.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Honda Civic. That thing will run until it's 30, 40 years old. I ought to turn it into one of those little rice burners just to piss people off.
Yeah, no rice for me. I keep mine tasteful. Just lots of power. Oh, fuck.
Who changed this branding? So, Rambo, you play Vampire yet?
No, I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Like, it wasn't all that great.
I thought you pre-ordered it or some shit.
No, I was thinking about it, but I never did. I got to the point of like having so many games that I still haven't played and gone through And then all these reviews started coming in. I just said, I don't have time to, unless it got like super good reviews or whatever. It didn't really have time for me to put money in it. And
Well, how am I supposed to know what to buy now, Rambo? You were buying everything there for a little while.
yeah, I've got to slow down a little bit. I've been buying a shit ton of older exclusive, not exclusive, older collector's editions for cheap.
Yeah, I've
And
been
then, of
seeing
course,
that on your Twitter.
yeah, and then of course they all come with the damn steelbook. And so, guess what?
You
I've
got
got addicted
discs
to.
now, huh?
Well, no, guess what I've got addicted to?
Not buying discs, right?
No, steelbooks.
Oh, fuck, Rambo. No, don't.
I bought 3 of them today.
Oh, man.
Got 2 more coming in the mail tomorrow. But I love steelbooks, man. They're pretty cool. And I've learned there was actually a couple of them at Best Buy. You can get them at Best Buy. They're just the case. And a few of them, almost all of them, were $4.99 each. That was it. And so I thought, well, fuck, I'll buy them. I'll get them. And I was looking on eBay, and I found these exact same ones that I bought today, and or the other day, for $4.99. They were going for like $40, $50, and I'm like, fuck yeah! Like, let me go back and buy some more of these bitches. Like, but I can't sell on eBay anymore.
Yeah, my PayPal's fucked. I can't do it either.
Well, my eBay's fucked. My PayPal's fine.
No, my eBay never got fucked. I'm still good with eBay.
Well, yeah, I sold a bunch of shit, and then I spent the money, and then they sent me a bill for like $250 for their fees, and I'm like, maybe later. So I can still buy shit with my eBay account. I just can't sell anything on there.
Yeah, if you do it right, like, because my mother-in-law used to run her own little eBay deal with Christmas toys. They have like these certain times of the month where you can list and sell things for free or for like 90% off their fees.
Yeah.
But you got to be patient for that. And I know myself, I'm not a patient person.
Well, the thing was like me, whenever I got all this behind in eBay is whenever I sold my physical collection on there. And so much money was coming in that I was using it for, buying digital games and shit like that. And whenever it came time to pay the bill, I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
You're like, yeah, I got what I want, so fuck it.
Yeah, it's like, I got the money. You shouldn't give me the money before you ask for your part. Take your part first.
I tell my wife the same thing. She's like, yeah, you can get some games on the Xbox store. Okay. And I look at the balance and I'm like, all right. Well, we needed this money for that. Well, no, you didn't say that. You should have taken that money out.
Do you think that they're going to make a Superman game?
I hope not. I mean, if they do, I'll still play it because I love DC, and Rocksteady too. But it would be so hard to make a Superman game that was actually entertaining.
Yeah, it really would.
Well,
That's the problem with
going
it.
away from what Superman is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to go completely away from the actual idea of Superman.
Yeah, he's not invincible anymore.
Yeah, and then basically it just becomes another third-person action adventure with the person with the cape on,
That's why they need to do like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah, I really don't want them to make a Superman one because Superman gets a bad rap anyway, and so I mean every time they make a game and it turns out sucky, well, I mean it just goes further along down the line about him being a sucky superhero, but it's not that he was a sucky superhero; it's the fact that
just doesn't work with the game.
No, I don't. I actually used to whenever I had my collection, and then of course I sold it. I just haven't went back and found it again. In fact, I've not seen the Persona 5 Steelbook in quite some time now.
Agents of Mayhem. Was that one any good?
I haven't played it yet. I own it, but like, how much is it?
$750.
Oh, I hear it's worth like that. Like,
It's
But,
just not a $60 game, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not one you want to play, for $60 or whatever. And I bought mine for, I don't know, I think it was like $15 or something like that way back in the day. Back whenever there was a big sale.
Gotta love V3 for that at least. Fuck, at the very least.
Yeah, I really hope this E3 is worth it, man.
Some of the conferences start tomorrow, don't they?
EA.
That's probably going to be a dog shit one.
Well, it's gonna be
that's the
all
only thing-
Battlefield and what?
Anthem.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Anthem yet.
No.
I'm not sold on either one.
Either.
Battlefield, first of all, has they're going back to the story thing like they did with Battlefield 1, like for the campaign.
Oh, the chapters or whatever?
Yeah,
where you...
and I didn't like that at all.
And I think it's launching with 2 factions.
Yeah.
Which, man, they're just gonna milk that.
So yeah, I have no interest in Battlefield, and then Anthem. I've already got my MMO that I like. If I ever decide to play one as Destiny, I'm not going to start over in a whole nother world, and especially with BioWare of all companies and EA.
What's wrong with BioWare?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
You still not over that one?
Fuck no, man. They're the ones who came out and like chastised anybody that was criticizing the game, talking about how hate is not tolerated there, whatever. And then, lo and behold, they didn't say shit to that one guy that was talking about how white people deserve to die and everything else. They allowed him to continue doing whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
I just have no respect for them at all. They went full on SJW, and I just can't support a company like that.
Rambo, you could buy The Witcher 3 again. It's on sale as well.
I can't because I have both versions.
Do you have the complete edition?
Yeah, I have the regular version with all the DLC and the complete edition.
Oh, shit.
And I still have yet to play it. It's going to end up being like Skyrim because I own Skyrim on PS3,
and
PS3, 360, Xbox One, PS4, PSVR, and PC, and I've never played it once.
Jesus.
You forgot Toaster Oven.
Well, that's coming. I feel like that's probably the announcement that's going to happen at Bethesda's conference, that we're going to get Skyrim for your smart refrigerators.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's already done it.
Oh, I'm sure there has somewhere. I mean,
if they can get Doom running on a refrigerator, they can do it with Skyrim.
Oh, I've seen Doom run on like high-end calculators. I mean,
oh, not Doom, but like the latest Doom, or maybe it was 3, but it was one of the later Dooms. What's
crazy though is, okay, the Sony's doing that, one announcement a day, and they basically like, I don't know if y'all ever, whenever y'all watch Sony's E3, but there's always been like a pre-show.
Yeah.
And they announce like little small titles and shit like that, but they barely ever get enough even talked about, because like Knack 2 was announced during there, but it never got talked about or anything, because like immediately following that is their E3 presser, and of course those games take the stage. And so they decided this year, instead of doing the pre-show, they were just going to do the pre-show, but basically one announcement a day. And they told everybody, this is, instead of doing the pre-show, this is what we're doing. And here's the schedule, like one day is, the first day was going to be a new PS4, PSVR game. The next day is going to be a Worldwide Studios announcement. Tomorrow is going to be a new PSVR game. And then I forgot what Sunday's going to be. And on Thursday, they announced, Wednesday, they announced Tetris. I forgot what it's called. Tetris something.
Effects?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and for the most part, most people on social media that were, kind of went into it knowing what to expect, were kind of like, oh, well, that's cool. That's a cool looking, way to do Tetris, and those colors and the way that shit looks in VR is going to be really weird. And
Yeah, my wife wants to get VR just for that. Like she's loves Die Hard, like old games like that.
Oh, I think it's going to be a blast in VR. I mean, it's going to be trippy as hell. I'll probably end up having to watch that because of my seizures. But Porter Rock, he's a PlayStation guy, but he tries to be like, I'm just telling you to, keeping it 100. And he's talking and I guess he was putting down anybody who was quote unquote damage controlling the Tetris announcement. And I'm like, dude, you went into this fucking thing expecting something big. Like, I don't know why in the hell you would think that anything during their pre-E3 show was going to be some huge, big time announcement. But you're the one who set your expectations up for some sort of big game, and we got Tetris. Nobody, like anybody else who is cool with Tetris being announced, is the ones that recognize that we weren't getting anything big. So, whatever they announced is cool, And I kept kept quote tweeting him like going, dude, you're attacking people that aren't doing anything wrong. You're the one who did something wrong. And he never responded, but it just seemed like he was doing it just so that he can say, look what I called out, I called out Sony too. I'm not a fanboy. And it was just a bunch of
pulling a Rambo, is what you're saying?
No, he was just, it seemed like he was just talking bullshit really for the most part. And it just got frustrating to the point. And then, yesterday they announced that Days Gone was getting a release date to February 22nd, which I was actually surprised by that one because I was figuring with it being the pre-E3 show, they would probably give the date for like Dreams or Concrete Genie, one of their smaller ones.
Yeah.
But they went ahead and gave it for Days Gone, which I was like, cool, I'm ready for that game to come out for sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm ready for E3. I'm more excited for Sony's conference than I am anybody else's because they're the ones who, that's the system that I play. So, and I really have no faith in Microsoft at this point.
So much so, you sold your Xbox One X and didn't send it to me.
Yeah, every year, man, they go, this is going to be the biggest E3 ever, the best lineup in history, and you either going.
It's called PR.
Yeah, no, but then you leave there going like, dude, like why? Like it's nothing.
It's bad
really
PR.
It's bad PR. I mean, they're outright lying. And then you have like this whole Crackdown 3. Amazon pulled the orders in, I think, Spain or something like that. And saying that the game is going to be, Amazon Canada or whatever it was said the game was being delayed, so they were refunding the money to people and letting them pre-order at a different time. And people asked Aaron Greenberg about it, PR guy, and he was like, "Oh no, it's an error on their end. Nothing's wrong with it. Everything's on schedule. Everything's great." 2 fucking days later, Crackdown 3 is delayed, so 2019. I'm like, dude, you knew it was fucking delayed. Why'd you lie? There's no reason to lie. You could have just came out and said, hey, yeah, we were going to make this announcement in a couple of days, but, since this came out, we'll make the announcement now. Because most companies, when they're found out, will go ahead and just make the announcement. But Xbox don't, man. Xbox will lie straight to you, and then 2 days later tell you the truth. And then all of a sudden you're supposed to go, okay, yeah, I trust you whenever you say this. And I don't know. I mean, I find them... I find Aaron Greenberg, disgusting.
Yeah, I don't care for Greenberg either. Phil Spencer, I think, would be better if he got away from all the corporate politics.
If he got away from Greenberg, I don't really mind Mike Ybarra too much, but he needs to get rid of Greenberg and put somebody else in his place that understands what marketing is.
Bro, that'll go over like a fart in church, and you know it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would piss a lot of people within the Xbox faithful, off. But he's not doing his job in marketing. How many commercials have you seen this generation for Xbox?
Not many at all, if any.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching YouTube and TV, right?
Yeah, the only one I saw was like I really saw them hit marketing hard when they did the Taco Bell thing. That was about the biggest I've seen.
And now, nothing. Back to nothing again. And it's just insane to me because how many times have you seen a PlayStation commercial?
quite a bit actually.
Yeah, I mean they're all over the place, and really, marketing is a big one of the big reason why they're so far behind is because it's not that. I mean, because the average consumer isn't going to be able to go look at the ad and go, well, that's not. They don't have very many exclusives, you know. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well that looks cool, you know, whatever. But the thing is, though, they're not pushing any of their brand anywhere, and so I find a lot of fault in Aaron Greenberg because he's not doing his job, from what I can tell.
What's his official title?
Head of marketing.
Oh yeah, he's fucking failing.
Yeah, when you walk into GameStop and they have a big game coming out, you can barely even tell there's a game coming out for him. I don't know. I find what he's doing completely. It's like he's lost touch with how people actually, consume their advertisement. For fuck's sake, I mean, PlayStation has bought, rented, or paid the money to put their name on a college football bowl game, rented out a marching band to do the God of War theme in the middle of this football game. They rented out, not studios, but movie theaters to do, or put ads on in movie theaters where a ton of people are going to, like the Avengers one and all that. And they're hitting home with the people that are, gaming and like seeing the games being, shown on these commercials. It's working. And Xbox,
talk about knowing your audience too, because college kids probably
yeah. And the crazy thing is though is that Xbox is like non-existent, and it's almost as if you would look at it from a marketing standpoint, the Xbox didn't really even exist anymore.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because I mean that, like, I feel like if they marketed, they could have at least done a halfway better, outcome than what they have, so far this gen. But he just hasn't done a damn good job at all at marketing.
Yeah, and he really hasn't.
And you don't really have to have a ton of games to market. You just have to be able to market what you have and market it in a way that, that I guess it kind of sounds bad to say trick people, but to make people, believe this is a place, that I gotta buy this. And I don't think he understands how to do that. I don't think they understand their audience anymore.
Well, I don't know, most of the advertising I see nowadays anyway is when they throw their logo at the end of a game commercial. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's not creative at all.
And if you look at like Sony's marketing deals with these companies, instead of just having PlayStation, pop up at the end of the game commercial, it'll say something like the best place to play. I don't know. It just keeps on like re-emphasizing PlayStation throughout the commercial, or really hard at the end instead of just a logo. And you get the Xbox one, it's just, the little green Xbox screen, and
yeah,
that's it. I mean, like you said, it's not creative at all. I don't know. I just like PlayStation's always been pretty good at marketing because that's how they were able to get, from that and their exclusives. But their marketing campaign really boosted up after the fact in their PS3. And I don't know, Xbox used to be really good before before these people took over. Like
Greenberg, when they used to advertise Halo, the red and blue shit. That was
cool. It was all over the place. Like every time you went to the movies or watched TV or was on the internet, you saw Xbox. And now it's just like, okay. Cyrus, I saw Stephen A. Smith say basically the Cavs just quit. Is that true? Because whenever you put Xbox quit worse than LeBron, you kind of sound like the same thing that guy said. Yeah, Go Get It was actually really cool, but I don't really know what the hell they're doing, and it seems like they're just taking it in a completely different direction because Phil Spencer said he's not really concerned about people buying the Xbox. He's just concerned with people being able to play the game. That's just so backwards to me. Like, you don't have, to me, they don't have a good enough first party lineup, or because really, I mean, if you think about it, if he's just worried about people playing the game, that means he wants his games on anything, you know. But they don't really have a good enough first party lineup to really be like a powerhouse in that area. Like Nintendo, you know, was able to stay alive because of their first party lineup.
Yeah, it should.
So,
If they didn't have exclusives, they'd be long past gone.
Yeah. And if Xbox didn't have third party, they'd be long ass gone because they don't have enough exclusives to keep them afloat. And there's not going to be a real big pull from these people on these other systems to run out and buy those games on their system. There's not really I don't see a lot of big pull about people talking about Halo on PlayStation anymore. There used to be a long time ago, but Halo's kind of gone downhill and been overplayed a little bit. And so people are kind of like over it by now. And it seems like for some reason, Xbox just can't seem to get that message. They're like, no, then this time they'll really like it. This time. Halo 47. They'll like it, I promise. Eventually.
See, I think what it is people don't see Xbox going out of business because the Microsoft name is on it. And Microsoft will probably never die, like the company.
Oh, yeah.
So, but like, imagine if it was like Vizio Xbox or Sanyo Xbox, like something like that. Then you would really be worried. Oh, shit, they don't have enough money to keep this shit going.
Yep. And it does make you wonder how long is Microsoft going to sit back and, I mean, I know Xbox is making money, but I mean, I don't know. I'd really like to know what their inside thought process is on it, you know? Like, I really like for them to come out and just sit down and actually somebody ask hard questions and them answer it. Because I think if everybody if they came out with their game plan and said, this is, you know, what we're striving for at Microsoft or at Xbox, then people wouldn't be expecting all these other things. They would just know exactly where they stand, and, you know, we would go, you either accept it or you don't, you know?
Yeah.
But there's not knowing, the only thing you can compare them to is the other two consoles, and if you compare them there, they're way behind the mark. And I have yet to see, I mean, hopefully this E3 is the one year that they're right, you know, that we're all going to be surprised, but I just have a feeling it's just going to be more Halo, Gears, and Forza, and then a bunch of indies.
Caesar wants to know if he can come in. Is Pete there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't mind. You guys mind?
No, that's cool. Here, I'll drag him up. All right, Caesar, you there?
You want to get dragged up and you won't talk.
Right.
Fitting.
Caesar.
Oh, Caesar.
So you're not Rambo at all anymore?
No, I am playing at PlayStation.
You just, well, I mean, your gamer tag and everything is Rambo.
Yeah, I can't change my. I'm not worried about changing my gamer tag on Xbox, because who knows if I'll ever even use it again.
No, he's still not muted. Go get.
And then
not go get.
No,
whenever PlayStation, like sometime between last PlayStation experience and this year, they're going to announce the name change, and once they do that, then I'm going to change my name to Planet PlayStation.
Yeah, by the way, sorry that you lost your job because of one asshole.
Oh yeah, it's fine, man. I mean, it like I said, it pushed me in the direction that I've been wanting to go for a while, and that's buying my own site and doing my own thing. And it just pushed me in that direction, and I actually enjoyed this more than I did, you know, with the other. And now I get to be the one that decides, you know, whether or not a guy gets fired or not. But I've already told my guys that you write for me and you get into an argument on Twitter and you think, and people, are going to try to report you, like, don't worry about it on my end. Like, you're good to go. Freedom of speech is absolute with me.
I don't get why. Like they can't just look at him or something like, look, this guy is obvious troll. This is what he does. He likes to get people fired because he just gets off on that. Ignore him. No, they want to cave in. I don't understand these people.
I tried telling them, but you can see how that didn't work out.
That's what happened with Review Tech USA. This asshole, like goes after his sponsorships, and they're like, "Well, sorry, we can't work with you." Fucks him up. It's bullshit. And Sierra is friends with that dude. Go figure.
Sierra is friends with who?
No, this stalker,
that real the RTU critic?
Real RTU, RTU critic, critic. Yeah.
I have a feeling they're the same people.
No, they're different. But yeah, they might as well be the same people.
That's what they want you to believe.
Oh, go get. Thanks for reminding me. Shaner, have you checked out South Park Phone Destroyer yet?
Yes, I have. It's fucking amazing.
Isn't it?
I haven't checked it out.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
It's free too. It's hella funny.
I only know of it from Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, it's a good fucking game. I love how Cartman has like a Reaper style Death Blossom move.
What?
Yeah, he's it's oh god, it's so stupid, but like the game is you summon cards with your phone, but the cards are like characters, and so it'll be Cartman the Sheriff or something like that, or Gunslinger Kyle. And so Cartman's this tank who's got these six shooters.
So what, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering?
Except it's like you summon them in the little world as you're walking down the street, and then the little characters battle each other in the street. So it's not like it's an actual card game where you're playing cards on a table or something. But yeah, it's weird, but it's funny as fuck.
No, phone destroyer.
It's definitely worth downloading, just like if you're laying in bed and you're bored or something. It's fucking cool.
It's meta as fuck too. Cartman Cartman calls you up on the phone and you got to answer it and shit. It's funny. Generation Zero. No, I haven't seen anything about that one.
Generation Zero.
Which South Park are you gonna 100% go get? Because I bet I could do it before you.
Jesus, it's on the Switch, I think.
I'm already gonna 100% Roblox before you. So.
Speaking of South Park, I missed the N64 game.
New Swedish robot game.
Have you played the N64 South Park game?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I used to play the hell out of that.
Throwing yellow snowballs at people. Love it.
Yeah, that's what they are. Hold on a minute.
I don't think that's the game. What the fuck?
Fractured Butthole. I'm already almost there, go get. So you might not want to take that bet with me. Bye, Cyrus.
Later, Cyrus.
Later, bud.
Nice,
You
Cyrus.
should come in the podcast, Cyrus. We never hear from you.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You're so antisocial now.
Right?
It's not like you're at work or anything. You don't have a job.
He only wants to come in. Brimstone is here. See how it is.
He's wanting to use that Brimstone clout.
Oh shit, so it's like a Left 4 Dead thing, but with robots. Well, fuck, that looks pretty good.
Hey, so anyone looking forward to Goddess Mode by Zoe Quinn?
Huh?
Huh?
You haven't heard?
Five Guys.
No.
Goddess Mode. She DC Vertical is coming back from what I heard, and Zoe Quinn is writing a comic for DC Vertical. I don't know if you haven't heard.
No, I haven't heard.
Do you have a gang like bouncing a lowrider outside your window or
That's
something?
what it sounds
Jason?
like.
Right?
No, I'm in my brother's car.
Don't tell Big Worm you'll sell his weed later.
Oh, I saw a post by Vice. It said animal consent is the big trending topic on bestiality blogs or websites or
Are
something
you
like
kidding
that.
me?
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, what? Like, how? We're dead as a fucking human race. Like, there's no coming back from this.
Remember when the slippery slope argument was ridiculous?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we already knew that their slippery slope was we're going to go from gays to trans to bestiality to pedophilia. And so, I mean, we're not far off from them trying to normalize like pedophilia in a. I know that there's been some, but I'm talking about in a big push.
Yeah, wasn't there the whole pedosexual shit?
Yeah,
trying to push?
pedosexual, and then there was the Antifa group that was sponsored by NAMBLA.
Yep. It won't be long before we start seeing more and more things.
Pepper's
push
Farm
that
remembers.
So I'm really liking Recore Rambo. I don't know what you use like.
Oh God! You didn't play it when it was missing content and having frame rate problems, and like there was a lot of fucking problems with that game at launch. And I put 38 hours into it, and I beat it, but I was trying to 100% it, and I just walked away from it. I deleted it, never once installed it again. Like I refuse to even try that game again.
So what? You couldn't build like another companion, or you couldn't add on to Mac or something, or?
No, there was a companion called Tank, T8-NK, and he was in one of the little island things where you had to get like. You had to like go a certain way to get over to this island that was just kind of like a little round island. And you could go around opening crates over there, and there was enemies there. And the crates, you would see that you got like the head of the tank robot, you got the body of the tank robot. I mean, you had all the pieces. And then you go there was a dungeon over there, but the dungeon, you needed Tank to 100% that dungeon, like because there was stuff. Tank allows you to fly and shit, and there was a bunch of stuff up at the top where there was no way for you to get to without that tank robot. So you transfer back to your little thing to where you build robots, and that section for Tank wasn't like it doesn't even recognize that you have the parts, even though you have them. But now you can build them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like they were missing a whole portion of the game, and they never added it in until the definitive edition. And so no, I have no use for that fucking game anymore. I mean, obviously you didn't need it for, what's it called? You didn't need it for completing the game, but you definitely needed it for 100%ing the game. And I was completely pissed.
Oh yeah, 38 hours. That pissed me off too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Polygon article, so I don't know any other source of it, but I posted on shitpost. You can look at it.
So what have you been playing, Pete?
Not much. played a little. The fuck is the name of that one that I got? Earthfall? Yeah, Earthfall.
I don't know what that is.
It's early access, I think. It's Left 4 Dead but with aliens. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I've been jumping around games. Like I can't settle on one I want to just play all the way through.
Well, I was doing that, and then I got all these games for review. So tomorrow I'm gonna be starting. Oh fuck, something about baking. I don't know I forgot what the name of it is, but I hear it's like a 2 or 3 hour platinum too. So I mean, I'm like, sweet man. Not only did I get a game to review, but I also got a platinum. So I'm excited about that one.
Is that all you're playing now? Is like games that you have to review?
Well, for a while until I get, because I'm like, I have 8 games to review, so I mean, I have to get those out
Shit.
before these developer or publishers start thinking that I just got, took the game and kept it. So yeah, I mean, I have one person just did one of my reviews, posted it today, and then I have another guy working on a different game, and then another guy we just created him a US PSN account, and so he'll start probably doing the review, start working on a review starting tomorrow sometime.
What is he from across the pond?
He's from Sweden.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he has to use
Does
a
he
fake
know
name.
PewDiePie?
I don't know, but he has to use a fake name though, so
Why's he got to use a fake name?
because he speaks out against
Probably.
Muslims and the
yeah.
way and social justice warriors that are in Sweden. And if he gets caught online doing that, he can get thrown in prison.
Yep.
Oh shit!
the way
Yeah, so
EU been handling
Huh?
that shit.
oh, did
The
you
way
hear
that-
the EU's like effectively going to cancel the internet?
Yep.
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna make it. I mean, under this new ruling, if they pass it, it'll make sending a meme illegal.
That's all the
That is-
internet is nowadays.
That's-
Well, yeah, but I
that's
mean,
retarded.
I guess it would only affect them. It really wouldn't affect us. But
That is retarded.
I mean,
Shit.
they're almost to the point of like just installing a totalitarian government and just allowing shit to be the way it is.
It's not a
Like,
country anymore. It's a concentration camp.
yeah, I mean, it's
How long,
insane what they're getting away with over there. And I swear, like I talked to some of the people I used to write with at that place at Blue Gaming, and they're from the EU, and they were like, "Oh yeah, but that you're not getting the full story. I'm like, no, these motherfuckers, like you can't make this thing sound right, like or okay at all. Like these people
Even
were,
at half the story, it's still fucked up.
yeah, these
So-
people were defending their government left and right because they're so used to their government telling them what to do.
Taking that government cock and sticking it a little bit deeper in their anus.
Yeah, and I'm like, see, that's a good thing I love about America is that we were always raised in the country was founded on the fact that we had our own free will and our own free mind. I mean, obviously there's illegal laws and stuff like that, but it was never like, well, what should we do? Let's call the government, find out. They turn every problem over to the government, and it's so
We may
fucking
have
weird.
epidemics like fucking left and right, but shit, we choose to have those problems.
Yeah. We would rather have the problems and figure out how to deal with them ourselves and give that problem over to government and have them handle it.
How long until they
I
turn
mean-
to the next North Korea?
I'm very happy with the fact that I live in America versus the EU because I would be in prison for Lord knows how long.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they give you access to the internet in prison, so I'd keep on adding years to my fucking life
For real, you get internet now in prison?
over there.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
did you hear about Tommy
Sweden
Robinson?
Have like
Who's that?
the
He's
guy
the
in the
guy
UK. He
Yeah,
he
spoke
talks
out
a lot
about.
about
He used to
Muslims
be.
and stuff.
Yeah, he used to be with the English Defense League, and then he's like, he was always talking about Muslims invading their countryside and their cities over there, and the UK basically cowering down to them and running over their own people, in order to appease the Muslims. And there was a case where a grooming gang was in court, where they basically were like just having sex with a bunch of young girls, and somehow, like the courts made it to where nobody can report on it. Like, so, and he was outside live streaming and talking about, it was all public information that he was talking about. And
he had made sure that he was not, because there was a thing about he couldn't be on the court property, but he had asked the cops specifically where the court property ended.
And they arrested him on live stream and put him in prison for basically doing nothing besides reporting.
Damn.
Yeah, like they made it illegal over there. The courts can make it to where online or websites or news stations can go to fucking prison for reporting on a case.
But America has a problem.
Oh yeah, like I said, the people that I talked to, they were like, I'd rather have that than what's it called? Than school shootings. And I'm like, but we barely even have school shootings. Like, sure, we have some, and one is too many, but I would rather have the occasional school shooting than my government locking you up over freedom of speech. Like, it's just, it makes no fucking sense.
And it was bad, too. They had him arrested, tried, and sentenced in 4 hours.
Yes. He didn't. Yeah, he got, and the fact is they made it to where you can't even report. At first, they made it to where you can't even report on his case.
Yeah.
So no, they made it to where like nobody even knew where he was inside the prison system, and instead of actually putting him in solitary confinement or protection because of the fact of like he's a like one of those.
He's got a price on his head in several, like the Muslim Brotherhood and some other.
Yeah, if you think of like say Jordan Peterson, Milo Yiannopoulos, Ben Shapiro, like those type of people that people would love to kill. Well, he's one of them, but they put him in just regular Gen Pop, denied his request for protection, put him in Gen Pop with all the other Muslims. And he's had attacks on his life.
Yeah, he's had attacks on his life before too.
And he's still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the government I think is trying to kill him.
That would be a way to do it and like wash their hands of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I even said, oh man, there was Sargon talked about it a couple times in a few streams of his, and I made a big long comment on it, basically chewing him the fuck out for it, because he was basically along the lines of, well, Tommy did break such and such law and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. First off, that law is retarded. Second off, because he was talking about we gotta wait and we gotta do this right, and I'm like, dude, you do this and you are, because what's gonna happen is you wait, and then Tommy's gonna get killed in prison, and then it's gonna be too late for you to do anything about. And then the Muslim Brotherhood wins, because now nobody's going to want to speak out for fear of the UK government is going to put your ass in prison for reporting something they don't want you to report. And then they can say, oh, well, we just put him in prison for this. Meanwhile, fucking the Muslim Brotherhood on the inside or whatever fucking shanks your ass in the shower or something. I mean, that's just...
It's fucking... It's just truly fucking nuts over there, man. It is fucking nuts.
It should becomes an execution at that point.
Exactly, yeah. And the worst part is the UK government can wash their hands of it and said, well, we didn't do it. Yes, you fucking did. Yeah.
The Muslim Brotherhood did it.
It's like you knew full well what was going to happen. Like, don't give me that bullshit. Yeah, that's
you
a
know,
that's a
like,
political cop out.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of the shootings, I saw this on Instagram. Talking about the gun death statistics from Turning Point USA. This guy asked, I forgot the question. It was about the gun deaths, and this guy, what's his name again? Charles Kirk or some shit. Was basically talking about there's let's get this out of the way. There's been some misinformation about the gun death statistics, blah blah blah. And he pointed out something I didn't think about actually until he did. You know how people love to use the numbers. Oh, this how many people die of gun violence, and where else? He pointed out that some of those gun that apparently were the only ones. I don't know if it's true or not. I need to look it up. Were the only ones who counted suicide.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
66% of those, because usually they'll report that 60-something thousand deaths a year occur from guns. What they don't tell you is about 40,000 of those is from suicide. So 2/3 of the figure that most.
And then also the school shooting thing that there was like, I don't know, there was like the whenever President
22.
Trump, it was like the when.
Yeah, 22 shootings.
School shootings or whatever. If you broke it down, there was only actually about 5 actual school
yeah,
shootings.
it included, there were like 3 accidental shootings by, police officers or something, and there was one where a shooting happened like a couple blocks away, and then there was even one where somebody had a BB gun, and they counted that as a school. They had a BB gun on school premises, and they counted that as a school shooting.
I'm not 100% sure, but there was an incident like that here where I lived. And the kid didn't shoot the school. He walked maybe a mile and a half away from it and shot himself behind a casino. And I know they were counting things like that too.
Yeah.
Just because he attended school that day.
Sure.
Or some shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But those details don't matter.
Nope.
Of course not. And they're like, oh, ban guns and this and that. I'm like, you know what? This is why I don't take you people seriously. I just can't.
Even when you include the suicides and all that shit, death by firearm kills less people per year than diabetes and the flu.
And vehicular homicide.
Oh, the vehicular homicide's number 1 always. Except for heart disease. I think heart disease takes number 1 every year, but number 2 is vehicular homicide. Or accidents and all that. But yeah, like way down the list, like numbers 10 and like 13 are the flu and diabetes. And then like a couple more spots below that is death by firearm. It's like,
so then I'm cheating death every day.
Seriously, the flu. The motherfucking flu.
And if you actually took Chicago out of the equation, you drop it down to I think it was like less than 1%.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you take out suicides and you take out gang violence, like the number. Yeah, no. If you take out suicides and gang violence, then the number goes from like 60-something thousand a year down to like 3,000 a year. It's stupid fucking low. Yeah, it's ludicrously low. I love there's a meme that goes around every time something like this happens, and it's the U.S. is like top. It changes every time because the stats change, but it's somewhere between like either the 3rd or the 5th from the top for murders. But if you take out 4 cities, Chicago, Detroit, it'd probably be L.A. now. And then either like New Orleans or New York or DC.
With the MS-13 gang.
Yeah, if you take out like 3 or 4 of those cities, the U.S. drops to like 3rd from the bottom.
But they don't tell you that because then that fits into the Republicans' narrative that gangs are violent.
Yeah, that it's not the guns, it's people.
Yeah, it's against their agenda, whatever the fuck.
It's fucking stupid.
It's so dumb. Yeah, it's so
Yep.
dumb. Like,
It's the reason why I don't ever like. I try to stay away from mainstream media altogether unless like somebody retweets it into my timeline or whatever. I've unfollowed all the mainstream media sites because I'm like, no matter where they're from, whether, I mean, everybody, like you always have to point out CNN, but then somebody, well, Fox is, I'm not saying CNN because they're fucking liberal. Every fucking one of them are like this.
Yep.
But CNN is just the most
the worst.
brazen with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. They're all fucking, will tell you what they think their audience wants to hear, but CNN will go full force and like there's never been a media company that has backed a political candidate because it takes the objectivity away from reporting on it, and they're the ones like openly saying we gave money and we want Hillary
with
Clinton
her.
to win, and they did everything they could to make that happen. Like it was like that right there. They lost their credibility as a news organization and went straight to just nothing but propaganda.
They became the communist news network.
Yeah.
Every time I bring up CNN, some liberal will come on there. Well, where you get your news from Fox? I'm like, no, don't. I don't like fucking Fox News any more than I like fucking CNN. Why do you think that Fox all of a sudden has become, anybody who doesn't like CNN likes Fox? Far fetched for this whole thing because
there's not just like two sides of the fence here.
Yeah, I hate all fucking mainstream media because they're all just like they don't want to tell you the truth. No, me neither.
And that's
all they want to do is just tell you what they want you to know. And anybody who can people who control the information control the populace. And I don't want to be controlled like that, so I get my news from the different independent sources, and I don't look for the opinionized things. I look for just like lay out here's what happened, and let me make the judgment.
I've said for so many years now that there still is slavery, and the new slavery is to keep people poor and stupid, and this is how it works.
And in prison.
Yep, it works with the news. I mean. Is doing, I mean, they always talk about like say North Korea, Russia, and all these like propaganda TVs that they have to watch 24/7. We're doing the exact same thing, except we're just not forcing people to watch it. That's the only thing different. Like if you watch CNN or you watch Fox or if you watch any of these MSNBC, it's just straight propaganda the whole fucking time for one side of the aisle. It's just we're basically doing the exact same thing North Korea is, just without the forcing.
Not wrong.
Yeah, but then you don't have much else to do, and they make it to where there isn't much else to do without breaking a law or costing a shit ton of money. So of course you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, and then CNN's infamous thing to where you're not allowed to look at these emails, but we are.
Oh God. Oh my God. That was.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, when WikiLeaks,
the whole WikiLeaks came out.
Yeah.
They actually Chris Cuomo got on TV and said that it's actually illegal for us to read these, but they can read
But
them.
not us because we have special permissions. Like, are you?
Yeah.
No,
I'm like,
oh no, that's not what I heard. That's not what I've seen. What I seen was shit. What was it? Oh, we're not gonna talk about these stolen documents. But from CNN, we're not gonna talk about these stolen documents. I'm like, dude, because you call it stolen documents, you just basically made it real. Yeah, because before I was skeptical about the whole leak. I thought it was fake, whatever. And then this fucker was like, call him stolen document. I was like, okay, what? I don't. Wait a minute. I don't know. I just found that funny. He could have just said, this is. We're not gonna talk about the leaks because it's nonsense. It's obvious political scandal about for Hillary Clinton, blah blah blah. But like, okay, fair enough. No, he just reported it differently, and I just laugh at CNN. Yeah.
Ryan and Garuda, they should just give in and start doing like topless weather girls and shit like they do down in South America.
Well, they might as well. I mean,
Dude, that used to be pay-per-view.
Down with that. I'd be down with that.
they are simply the WWE just with suits and ties. They're an entertainment industry, not a
WWE
news
is more
industry.
entertaining than that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I would definitely, even though I don't like wrestling, I will definitely watch wrestling over CNN any day of the week,
I mean,
every
shit.
day of the week.
Have you seen South Floridian women? They're fucking hot.
Huh?
Imagine my local news channel doing that. That would be hilarious. If they start reporting with topless women, that'd be funny.
Their ratings would go up.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's a weather person or a newscaster anywhere that I'd want to see naked.
No, there's that one Mexican one.
Well, yeah, the ones in South America, yeah, because I mean, damn.
There's a couple hot chicks on Fox.
Maybe, but there's
Univision.
A YouTuber's dating the one I'm talking about, or was dating. Oh man, I would Google it, but my search history is already fucked.
I know what Hussein would like to see do some nude reporting. What's her name? Isn't it Robin? It starts with the R. She's on MSNBC.
I don't know. Only Robin I know of is Robin Meade from Headline News.
No, the one I'm talking about is a weather girl. Maybe if I just Google Mexican weather girl, it'll come up.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
No, the ones from Univision, I think it's.
Oh no, okay. I'm sorry, it wasn't Robin. It's Rachel Maddow. That's who Shane wants to see.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't think I could stand it.
I'd throw up, man.
Wouldn't be worth it, man.
No, they would lose fucking viewership.
Yes, it does. Mexican weather lady. Her name is Yanette Garcia.
Oh yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, so don't say there isn't someone you wouldn't want to see.
But she's not one of ours. Like, I mean, she's in South America. I mean, yeah, them, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd watch it. I'd be like, babe, I'm watching the fucking weather. I need to know how. I need to know exactly how hot it's going to be today.
Caliente today.
But like anywhere, like in the United States, no. Like I mainstream media, I don't know of one that I would be like, yeah, I want to watch this.
What's the one that you were telling me?
Rachel Maddow?
Rachel what?
Maddow. Yeah.
Maddow?
Yep.
You never seen her?
You'd have to actually watch MSNBC.
Is that a man?
No, it's a woman trying to pass off as a man.
Yeah, I don't think they know.
Yeah, I think Rachel's more of an it.
It's not a good idea to assume her gender.
There's a video on the internet called Feminism Before and After. And it's funny because the guy is talking like feminism is some sort of disease and this is what it does to you, kind of like how drugs do. And they have a before and after picture of all these feminists. And damn, some of these, like Rachel Maddow, she was pretty before she became what she is now. I mean, there's some of them that are like drop dead fucking gorgeous and like
then they shave their head and
yeah.
Like,
what the hell? Like I had to pause it a couple times and like start looking for facial features to see if they actually messed up because damn, they turned like fucking ugly as hell.
Like they got cancer or some shit.
Yeah.
Feminism, the new crack.
Yeah, they really like instead of doing that crack poster, whatever they needed a feminism poster.
Feminism kills.
That would be fucking hilarious to be inside the hospital and see
feminism.
a feminism poster.
I always remember that old commercial where the chick like breaks the egg with a frying pan going, "This is your brain on drugs." And just like, it's always stuck in my head when,
When you look at it, feminism might as well be a disease.
Well,
it is a disease. It's not might as well. It is.
It's a mental disorder. Just like when, who is it? I think it was Keyboard posted on Facebook he had a male and female gender signs, and then all the other ones, and he circled all the other ones and said mental illness. Changed my mind. And he's not wrong.
Not wrong.
I mean, shit.
Garuda, sorry, but these feminists don't look like men. They look like something. No, they're like something that came out of like some sort of nuclear power plant.
Really?
They should be in the next Fallout game.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck happened?
If they ever make a game where you can kill feminists, I'm so buying that
dude,
motherfucker.
that's day one pre-order, fucking collector's edition.
I want the Zoe Quinn collector's edition. God, I wonder how. Could you imagine how big of a field day Anita and Zoe would have with that? Like the collector's edition be like $540 because it actually comes with a fucking real gun.
Yeah, it'd be completely block for equality and breast cancer awareness.
So fucking hilarious. Maybe we need to make one of these games, especially since Steam's, allowing anything.
That's right. Steam doesn't give a fuck now, which is good.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said it's the worst decision, and they called it cowardice, and all these fucking reporters are having a field day with it. But they said, imagine a store where you allow.
They're taking that shit head on.
Yeah, where it says imagine a store where they allow you to sell anything you want or buy anything you want. That is a terrible sort of no, that's called capitalism.
That's the American dream.
Yeah, the good games will get bought, the bad games won't. They'll go away, and it'll just continue on like that. Yeah, and you can curate your own experience on there to where you never see all those bad games. So there's no point in.
Yeah, if you really hate those anime tits, you can never ever see them. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Isn't there a filter system or something?
Like, I still haven't bought Honey Pop, and I won't buy it. So, yeah.
Oh, and I guess there was a transgender in the race that somebody posted. It was like a 500 meter or whatever in a women's competition, and the man that's in it has been setting records and like winning every competition that they're in. And it's like, I wonder why, because he's a fucking man running against women.
Right.
Yeah, there's no doubt that men are physically different.
I would
some say superior, some say not, but they're different. There's a difference nonetheless.
If one of my kids' schools allowed a transgender to play with them, I would be like, nope, you're done playing basketball or whatever it was.
You know what? It's funny you bring that up, Rambo. There's one at my kids' school that is a male, but he's transitioning into a female.
Well, they can't transition until they're 18, so they're just basically still.
Well, no, get this. He's allowed to use the girls' restroom.
Fuck all that.
Well, there was one.
My daughter,
you heard about the one that was allowed to use the locker room, right?
Yeah. I would tell my daughter, look, you won't get in trouble if you get suspended. Just beat the hell out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, because as soon as they did it, the dude was in there like grinding up on these girls and touching them inappropriately and making all sorts of lewd comments and shit like that. It was just ludicrous.
Almost like he's a guy or something.
I actually, whenever my kids went to this school this year, whatever, it was their first year. So whenever we had like a get to know you parents or whatever, like the day or two before the school started.
I hate those fucking things.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this was in high school, and I walked up after the whole thing was over. I walked up to them and said, "I gotta find out where y'all," because they were being like really feminist. Like you could tell like the way they were describing situations and stuff like what could happen. You could tell they were very like SJW. And I walked up there and I was like, I have to know, and this is in front of everybody. It's like, are y'all gonna be teaching or allowing transgenders to be using the restrooms with my girls? And because if you are, my kids ain't going here. Like. They were like, oh no, that like it's gender appropriate. We have gender appropriate bathrooms. And I'm like, that's good. I was like, no, do y'all teach that alternative science crap in your little science class where transgendered is normal? They're like, no, we don't do that. And I'm like, all right, because I said if my kids come home with that, any sort of assignment like that, I was like, it'll be the last day my kids in the school.
Dude. like you seem to be like the father like I am. Like my wife hates me going to those things. She's like, you can wait in the car. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm like, no, the hell I won't. Like when my son got in-house suspension for standing up to a bully, I was like, I'm sorry, you can say and do what you want here, but when we get home, he ain't in trouble. If he was old enough, I'd give him a beer.
Yeah, we were in that same thing. They were describing they were talking about equality, you know, all this shit like that. You know, I hate that fucking word because they never mean it. And they described the girls' dress code and they described the guys' dress code, and girls could wear skirts, but guys couldn't wear shorts. And I raised my hand and the thing said, you know, with the whole, you know, equality movement that you're talking about is like, why is a girl able to wear something that shows her legs, but a guy can't actually enjoy the summer months in a pair of shorts? And like, that doesn't seem like very fair that the girls can wear, you know, a skirt to their knees, but the guys can't wear shorts to their knees. And everybody was clapping, but the guy wasn't thinking it was too funny that I asked that question. But my wife was like hitting me going, shut up. And I'm like, no. Like, fuck
dude,
this, man.
I would have said, what if my son likes a skirt?
He said, my son. I asked that, and he said the guys are more than welcome to wear a skirt.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I don't know, man.
I'd be like, all right, son, here's $100 bill. You wear this skirt to school and raise hell, it's yours.
I don't keep my feelings to myself whenever I go to those places. I was talking to him about how the teachers teach for the test, and they're like, oh, we don't teach for the test. I said, yes, you do. I said, you're just telling me that what you're going over today is what's going to be on the end of the year test. I mean, you are teaching to the test.
So you get your bonus.
Yeah. I was like, y'all don't teach anymore. Y'all, it's like, y'all, it pisses me off. And they try to defend it. And I'm like, you can't defend it. I said, I understand it's not your call. You're just doing like what you're told to do, but don't try to make it out like you ain't doing it. You are. I said, it ain't like back in my day whenever the kids these days at this age in fifth grade to ninth grade, they can't tell time by a fucking analog clock.
Yep, that's the fucking truth because they don't teach it anymore.
Yeah.
My daughter always asks me because, like, I only have an analog clock on the wall. I won't put a digital one on the wall. She always asks me, Daddy, what time is it? There's a clock right there. Look at it. Well, I don't know how to read that one. I'm like, you're 9 years old. How the fuck do you not know how to read that? They don't teach us anymore. I'm like, all right, here, then I'm going to teach you. Fuck your school.
Yeah, because there's no reason why they shouldn't know how to read an analog clock. School is just a fucking joke anymore.
Yep.
I'm not.
Same with cursive. Cursive is gone too because they'd rather than know how to type.
Yep.
Now that one is not as bad as the analog clock, but still, cursive is still a skill you should know.
I don't know. I've heard a pretty convincing theory that they don't teach cursive in school, so kids can't read the actual documents like the Constitution anymore.
I wouldn't doubt that either, man.
And straight up, because like I've seen some of the textbooks that they use for U.S. government or whatever, and yeah, man, it's not even close to what the original says.
Oh no, it's not at all.
Ugh.
And see, that's keeping people poor and stupid.
When my son signs his paycheck, it's so slow. Like, it's like, dear God, just sign it. Like, why are you? I mean, he's like trying his best. Like he doesn't. I mean, it's not that he doesn't know how. Well, I mean, he doesn't know how, but they never really taught people how to do this stuff, like sign your name and actually write in cursive. And so he's doing it like really slow and just trying to make it look like it's cursive. And I'm like, dear God, I said, you're gonna eventually get to where you'll write an initial for your first name and then just call it a signature. I was like, don't worry so much about making everything perfect on your signature.
Yeah, your signature is one of a kind. Shit, I've had my kids as teachers ask when I sign report cards and homework and shit. They goes, your dad a doctor? Because mine is seriously like an S, some scribbles. And
yeah, P scribbles, L scribbles. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Ryan, that's what I learned on first was manual transmission.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to know how to drive a stick. I still drive a stick to this day
Oh,
because
dude.
it's fun.
You know how many? My girl works at the hospital doing valet parking. You know how many fuckers come in there and they don't know how to drive manual transmissions?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, dude. It's probably a
Fuck.
train wreck.
Fuck. How the fuck do you not know how to drive a manual?
And you're so horrible at it, you can't just park a car? I mean, shit, you're not even passing second gear, third, if maybe.
I mean, gee, I insisted my first car was a manual.
I miss a manual transmission, man. It's like you said, it's fun to drive.
Yeah, you have more control over it.
Especially my car. Drifting them corners. Get that ass end a little squirrely.
Yeah, like shit. And most of them are so much better on gas.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean,
Manuals get better gas mileage because there's no torque converter.
but yeah, my wife's one of those that can't drive it. I mean, she can't reach the clutch because she's only 5'1", but she doesn't grasp the concept well enough either, which is fine because if she did, she'd be running shit over. I mean, horrible driver. She hit her own dog before, so
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, it's that
Damn.
bad. Yeah. She is not meant to drive.
Get her a Fiat.
I'm not sure about that one, man. Those cars are like tin cans; they crumble.
Yeah, those little video cars like that, I don't trust in getting involved in a wreck with one of those things.
Which ones?
Fiats or any of those little
Oh,
big
yeah.
cars like that.
Fuck that.
Like you're just asking to die.
They don't even get that good at gas mileage.
Not for as little as they are, they don't.
Like the smart car,
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
two-seater, the thing
Yeah,
only gets like 28 miles to the gallon. My fucking, well, I mean, it's not a real sports car, but it's a sporty car, and it's a coupe, and it's got 4 seats and shit. Pretty
What
large.
is it, like a Prelude or something?
No, 240 SX.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's got a
So
it's got a beefy 4-cylinder. It's rear-wheel drive, and that thing gets like 35 to the gallon.
Now, do you go into a dealership and ask for a sporty car?
I don't fucking know.
No, I
Trism,
don't.
we're talking about you, man.
Wait, Trism?
Yeah, Trism's in the chat.
Get the fuck in here, dude.
What's it called? We have a 6-cylinder, and we have a Chevy Cruze, and that thing gets like almost 42 miles to the gallon in the city.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's not one of them electric cars. It's all gas, but I mean, it has the best gas mileage for any gas only vehicle.
Yeah, you can,
And-
Trism.
And I mean, it's great. I mean, it saves us a ton of money on gas.
How many
Dude,
gallons
my
does the
my
car-
96 Honda Civic gets 30 miles to the gallon, if not a little more.
Dude, my girlfriend's, man, fuck, her old, it was a 96, I think, but it was a hatchback and it had been gutted. Dude, that thing got like 48.
Damn.
Yeah, it had the little tiny 1.6 liter non-VTEC, and it was a stick, and my buddy who had it before her, he had fucking, like, he yanked out all the plastic paneling in the back and all that kind of shit. And that thing got gangster gas mileage.
Yeah, mine would probably do better if I got it a tune-up and oil change and stuff, but I haven't in a while.
There you go, Trism. I figured out how to do
14
it on my.
feet per gallon? What is it, like a 70 Ford?
I had a truck like that. 74
Well, it only-
Chevy.
It only took us like $250 to get from Oklahoma to Florida.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Yeah.
So this is a little diverge from the conversation. I know this is a lot to ask, but do you guys think you can move right in here or no? Or do you guys
Right?
rather not? Yeah, he's in supporters.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
What's up, fucker?
Sup, fucker?
You see that new Halloween trailer, right?
Bro, I did.
Fucking, I'm gonna use it again. Lit as fuck, yo.
Oh God, no.
Cancer. No,
Dude,
I
I'm
saw
totally
that
one
shit.
of the cool kids. Shut up.
Well, I guess I should use mine too. It was triple fire emoji hot.
It was, dude.
He's talking to Marcus, I think.
No, I'm talking to Corey.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm in 50 Discords. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, why? I had to leave half of mine because I was like in
You can switch
15.
between them, Corey. Don't be retarded. Alright, I'm back.
Damn. Anyway,
Play Rust.
what have you guys been up to?
Not shit.
You guys didn't do much the last couple of times you guys streamed, so I.
Yeah, you can blame Shane for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where the hell did Brem go?
He's working.
Yeah, he's been working.
He works nights, so like he's at work right now. He didn't get home until like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Like 1 or 1:30.
Yeah, he's usually
Like 3
on
or
by
4
like
hours.
2-ish.
Feels bad, man.
Man. That's got to be
Yes.
ancient by now. When's the last time you actually saw a Feels Bad Man meme?
Go on Twitch for 5 minutes.
People still type that once in a while on Twitch.
Man. And then you
Mhm.
say lit is old.
It's hella lit.
Triple-
Nice red slice dog.
Triple fire emoji isn't old though.
Bro, I'm
Depends on
bringing
if
it
you're
back
talking
up.
about a mixtape or not.
Speaking of
there's one thing
emos, speaking of emos, someone mentioned this on Twitter. Apparently, Google changed the salad emote. They took out the egg.
No, that
to make
wasn't.
it-
I think that was Apple. Yeah, we talked about that one.
Yeah, being more inclusive to vegans.
Yeah, because we care about vegans so much.
Bro, but vegans like they eat fruit and stuff. Fruit are living
Yeah, but they don't eat
Shut up,
eggs
Tristan.
Yeah,
because they're
eggs, animal products.
animal product.
Yeah, but like apples are living things, aren't they? They're part of plants and stuff.
Apparently,
I'm
they were.
personally cool with it because I don't like eggs in my salad.
Apparently, the vegans were
Hey,
triggered
my
things
man.
in their salad.
I'm just waiting because the new research shows that plants can they can count and they can communicate with each other and all sorts of some other bullshit. And so what the fuck are the vegans gonna
Are you
eat now?
shitting me?
I'm not shitting you, dude. I swear to God. And it wasn't some crazy Tumblr blog thing either. It was fairly legitimate research and shit.
If they can communicate.
Who's teaching them to count? Because they don't go to kindergarten.
Well, and shit, there was because I've heard of this from a bunch of shit where there's a wasp and a fig tree, and the wasps use the figs from the fig tree to grow their larvae. They plant their larvae in the figs, and then when they hatch, the larvae eat the figs, and then they grow up. Well, the
That's good.
wasps don't have to pollinate the fig tree because they're not bees, right? They don't use the honey they don't use the pollen to make honey or anything. But if they don't, then the tree somehow knows it, and it will make its fruit toxic to the larva and kill them off. So it's like mutually assured destruction. So the wasps pollinate the tree because if they don't, the tree will kill their larva. So that's
Jesus.
damn near sentience,
Yeah.
right? So get fucking on it, vegans. The fuck are you gonna eat now?
Right? I mean, what the fuck? I
Don't
didn't know
eat anything, what the
poison ivy.
fuck?
I didn't know poison ivy is real. What the fuck?
Y'all fuckers still eat things? Wow.
Get munching on that air.
Yeah, that's actually a thing that some people have tried
Yeah,
to
dude,
push
just
as
offer the
legitimate.
line. Offer the line, bro.
You guys ever heard
I had to just piss a couple vegans off. I barbecued basically a whole cow and some hot dogs. So
You got to maximize your animal intake. For every animal they don't eat, you eat 3.
yeah,
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Shane,
Give me a chicken.
yeah.
I'm really confused though. What the hell, the Halloween trailer. They said that Michael isn't going after Lori because they're brother sister or anything. So why the fuck is Michael going after Lori?
I don't know. That was just the first one. There's supposed to be 2 more trailers before it comes out. But I'm guessing because it shows him locked up, like he's been held in captivity or whatever.
Did
for-
you see the way that prison was?
Yeah, it was like a checkerboard.
Yeah, but I mean, people were just outside and they were just handcuffed to the ground right there. I mean, that's what we need to do to our prisoners: just handcuff them to the fucking ground, like outside. Like you're outside, you're outdoors, you get your fresh air, but you can't move from that fucking spot
Then they
for the
can
rest of your
munch
sentence.
Then we don't gotta feed them.
Bro, that's what I'm gonna start doing to my kids when they're in trouble. I'm just gonna handcuff them to the floor.
Okay, so
you
is
go,
this supposed
see?
to be a remake, or is it supposed to be a
No,
sequel?
it's supposed to be a sequel, I
Okay.
guess, like what from maybe from Halloween H2O. I'm not sure their
Yeah.
timeline is weird. Their timeline is kind of weird because of
I
the
know,
extra
because there was
movies
like
they
what
done.
3 of them that were pretty in
It's fucked up
sequence.
like Star Wars, man.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
Like there's a
But like this can't be after H2O because Michael dies in the end of H2O.
see
Spoiler alert.
a bunch
I
of
heard-
bunch
But
of
he
fucking
doesn't die.
bullshit.
But
he
he
gets his
doesn't
head
die.
cut off. You telling me he just regens that shit?
no, watch the
Man.
next one. It's not his head that's cut off. It's someone that has the mask on.
Yes.
It's not Michael.
Yeah.
So he doesn't die, and after that one, after they supposedly killed him or whatever, they had him apparently locked up or whatever after that next one, and he's been locked up ever since.
It's like I didn't watch the Rob Zombie ones either.
Those
Why
got
don't-
kind of weird.
This little shit.
Well, yeah, the Rob Zombie movies are kind of weird. House of a Thousand Corpses. What the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't follow that one. I mean,
Trism, how many are we missing?
There needs to be a new Texas Chainsaw movie. I just
Dude, the
got-
remake of that was one of the few horror movies that I've actually liked.
yeah. Yeah, I saw-
Leatherface was hot garbage.
It was still a good movie though.
I saw
It was
the
a good movie. It
original-
wasn't a good Texas Chainsaw though.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Leanna Dunham tweeted out that
Yeah.
she would honestly rather fall into 1 million manholes than have one single dude tell her to watch her step. And I said, I don't think you really have to worry. I said, most men would sit and watch you fall into a million manholes, a manhole a million times before telling you to watch out.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, a manhole, you
Cancerous
silly bitch.
Listen to this reply. It's fucking this is a guy. He said, so just out of spite, he said, what if it was a friendly warning? I'd offer regardless of gender. And this one woman goes, really, Mark? When was the last time you told a grown man to watch your step like he was 5 years old? He said, and this guy was like, you sound really bitter. I would put down that you to your long-term lack of positive male attention. He goes, the guy said, let's not get mean-spirited. I think Liz Fine was understood where I was coming from. Dial back the vitriolic tone, please. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking beta cuck.
Soy
Like,
boy.
like if that person can't handle that fucking reply, they need to get off the fucking internet.
He's what?
Fucking
Zombie blood don't work. What the fuck?
Oh no,
Huh?
we're playing zombies.
um,
Like COD
Fucking
zombies. I just got a
bullshit.
death machine out of the box. Don't worry about
Dude, I have a flame.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about it.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's your
not
first
worried.
problem. Fuck zombies.
I know, right?
Really?
Oh, get up out my face, Shane.
Right, really? You guys don't-
What? No, I'm good.
I don't know. Black Ops
That's about
2
as
Zombies
stupid
was
as you're gonna catch these
okay,
hands.
I guess. It's not Left 4 Dead.
It's not.
Okay,
Left 4
and
Dead.
I'll
And
be
it's
right
not
back.
trying to be anything like that. It's supposed to be a fun little side mode with story.
yeah, but Left 4 Dead is awesome.
Okay? Don't compare it to Left 4 Dead. Compare it to a game that's not Left 4 Dead.
How
What we learned.
about I don't compare it to anything and I just play it?
Sounds better, actually.
But if I want a good zombie game, Left 4 Dead's a good zombie game.
I'm sure there's better zombie games out there. I'm just saying.
Not with guns.
Well, no, there are better
Because
zombie
Dying
games
Light
out
is
there.
awesome, but
Dying
there's
Light is an awesome
hardly
game,
any
but-
fucking guns.
No, you're absolutely right. But
And that's
that game-
bullshit. That game needs guns.
There's a reason.
I know this, but still.
In a zombie apocalypse, you're not going to be running around like blowing people up and like causing
mean-
more noise, so more zombies will come after you.
You would in America,
2 is also a thing.
And in America, we'd have all the zombies killed really fucking quick.
right?
We'd all the gun owners would go there and just start leveling everybody. Like, all right, we're done.
I kind of don't see America get attacked by a zombie apocalypse now.
No, that'll never
Just to see
happen.
what would happen.
Shit, it'd be over in 24 hours.
Like
Shit,
Canada and
ain't quick as
some other countries will be overtaken, but hell, we'll even make it to where it's like the fucking zombies are scared across the fucking border.
They'll all move to Mexico. Wait. Hang
Oh,
on,
yo, it's
Mexico-
off-brand Brutus. Undermarine's dead.
Bro, just...
Hey
I
man,
got
don't
PhD.
come in here and start. Don't come in here and start
Hey,
yelling
he's
about
doing
your
that,
game.
Not me. Don't look at me. All right, he's playing the game. Like,
I'm gonna move you back out of here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Go to push to talk or something.
Anyway,
How come you got...
point is,
Why is your mic so quiet all of a sudden, Trism? Your volume was great when you came in.
because I know why. Hold up. Black Ops 3 does this. It basically turns my mic on Windows all the way down. Ta-da! Fixed.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Just another reason Call of Duty fucking sucks.
Oh no, you're not wrong. But I'm talking about horror movies. Pete, whenever you say that there's like not many horror movies that you like, have you ever watched Final Destination?
Yes, that was not bad.
I think that like the first 2 were alright. The last
Yeah.
3 they weren't terrible, but they weren't great. They weren't
No.
really good.
The
at
first
all.
one was the only really good one that I like actually liked. The next ones they were okay.
Yeah.
I only saw the first 2.
And then Oculus was really good.
What about A Quiet Place? I heard that one was pretty good.
I never
Dude.
saw that one.
I never saw it. I've heard of it though.
Yeah,
I've seen reviews on it.
People have been praising it.
I think my girl saw that in theaters. She liked it, but then she really likes all the horror slasher type movies. So
Hmm.
Lazarus Effect wasn't too bad either. That's the thing though. None of them are really scary.
There isn't really a scary I'm trying to think of an actual scary horror movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was pretty fucking close.
The original Alien.
Even
at
that.
least, at least, you know, more suspenseful, I guess, than scary.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
definitely more horror. Yeah.
Definitely liked it. The original Alien was great.
The second one and the fourth one are my favorites.
Resurrection?
Dude, hilarious, bro. It was so campy and it was so fucking great, man. With fucking what's the dude that played Hellboy? Ron
I
Perlman,
forgot.
man. Fucking Ron Perlman, dude.
So it's more of the actor than the actual movie.
No, I mean I like the whole movie, you know. But
I just couldn't. That's oh my god.
Oh,
I
it was
couldn't
great.
recommend it as, like,
I like how all four of them were different. You know, the first one was like a horror suspense. The second one was like a straight up action. The third one was, I don't know, that one was just kind of weird. And then the fourth one, it was like a campy, you know, Fifth Element type movie.
Sorry, guys, I got into a small argument with my son. It's Common Core bullshit.
Ugh.
He's like, there doesn't have to be a first one for there to be a second one when it comes to sequels. I'm like, yeah, there does. And he goes,
Kind of the whole numbering system.
so, because XCOM 2 is free right now on PlayStation, and he goes, there's a first one? I'm like, yes, there has to be for there to be a second one. And he goes, not in everything. And I'm like, yes, there does. And he goes, there's Sega Genesis games that didn't have a first one. I'm like, show me one. And it may not be on that console. They could have done it on the Master System. And then he's like, he's trying to fucking argue with me. He's 14. He doesn't know. I'm going to strangle his I'm going to Homer Simpson his ass.
He sounded perfect for Twitter, though.
To be fair, Shane, what happened to the other 358 Xboxes before the 360 came out?
There was still one before it. If they just came out with just the Xbox 360, you'd be like, oh, okay, where's the other fucking 358? But no, there was one before it.
What about the Xbox One?
Xbox is just fucking everything up.
That's some Common Core
Shut up.
shit.
You're not proving my theory here.
Bro, that's some Common Core shit, though.
No, I'm glad Florida got rid of Common Core.
It is. 1 + 1 is not 2. Sometimes it's 3. Whatever.
Or sometimes it's 360.
Fuck you guys.
No, please don't leave. No.
Or then there's Nintendo, and then the N64. Like, what the fuck, Nintendo?
Because it has 64 bits.
That's yeah. What's up with that?
Want to play with the Wii?
Where was the other bits?
Well, then why wasn't the SNES named the Nintendo 32? Or was the SNES?
I don't fucking know.
Wait a second.
Yes,
was
they're Asian
16.
asses.
Yeah, was it 16? Because the regular
16-bit.
the regular Nintendo was 8-bit, and then the SNES
Yep,
was
yep.
16-bit, and then it went to
Then where's
64.
32
But yeah,
at?
yeah. So why wasn't the SNES the Nintendo
They skipped
16?
I think the only people who did 32 was Sega with the 32X.
Dumbasses and their numbering systems.
You know what? This is why the PlayStation is the master race, because they're at least consistent with the numbers.
I mean,
the
yeah, they are
PlayStation,
consistent,
PlayStation
but-
2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Where's the PC 2? 8?
Shit.
There's never been a PC2.
So it's not successful?
No, they've only ever needed one.
We transcend all numbers. All right, don't worry about it.
Not with Windows though. Fucking Microsoft again. I swear to fucking God, man. Starts with
Okay,
Windows 3.1. Like what the fuck, right? Then it goes to Windows 95. Like, all right.
What
Then
about
98.
EA? What
then-
about EA?
The year 95. The year 95.
EA is just
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, but like I told you, EA and Microsoft belong together.
Then
They're
ME,
basically the same
They're
fucking
soulmates.
company.
and then
Yeah, they're the
XP,
same fucking company.
and then Windows 7.
Yeah, I think I
Like,
think
what?
I think Bill Gates was the one who
Oh, this
invented
stuff.
Common Core math.
And then they went to 8, right? All right, cool.
And
7,
he's a
8,
fucking
awesome.
genius.
And then 10. What the fuck, Microsoft?
And then 8.1.
What about 8.1, Pete?
Well, that's just an update of 8, right? So it wasn't like, you know, at least that was following the system. But then it
was
skips
such a
right.
big update, though. You could buy your own standalone version of 8.1.
Still, it was still based on the 8 architecture. But then they skipped to fucking 10. Like, what the you fucked it all up again.
What happened to 9?
Dude, the next, I swear to God, bro, they've done 4 different numbering schemes with Windows, right? The next one, it's going to go from Windows 10 to, like, Windows 78 just to fuck with people.
Yeah, the people over at Microsoft were like, "Oh, wait a minute, too many numbers,
might
too
do
many
that,
numerical
'cause
numbers
wasn't-
in order."
No, it'll
7,
be
8,
even
9,
worse. It'll be like
not
Windows
just 7.
13B. They'll add letters just to fuck everything all up.
Well, no,
Or-
think about it.
or-
When did Bill Gates start doing this? Probably in about 1978. So what if they call the next Windows 78 because that's when the idea was conceived or whatever? It's a real possibility.
Or Windows 20, you know, if they come out with in the 2020. I don't know. They're fucking weird. They're fucking weird.
Fucking Microsoft. So what the fuck are they gonna do for the next Xbox? I swear to God, bro, is it gonna be the Xbox One X2?
They need to call it the Xbox 180 because they spend more time going backwards than forward. I mean, for fuck's sake, they're taking their most powerful console and pairing it with Red Dead Redemption.
What about Mac?
You get a free copy of Red Dead Redemption with the purchase of an Xbox One X. I'm like, yay, a remastered 360.
At least Mac has been doing the right numbers for a good long time when it comes to their operating systems.
Yeah, they just keep on adding decimals after. It's like 11.0, 1.0, 0.2, 4.3, 67.759, 67.32. And I'm like, fuck it, just update it. Like, I don't give a shit how many numbers you want to add to it.
If only Valve can count to 3, you know?
Dude, that'd be
Well,
nice.
I don't think Microsoft can count to 3 either.
Well,
Microsoft
yeah,
can't
you
even
were-
count to 2.
Crackdown's not getting there.
Well, you say that. No, Microsoft. You say Microsoft can't count to 3. Well, Gabe Newell used to work for Microsoft.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
Oh, shit.
He taught him his ways. The reason why
Exactly.
Crackdown 3's in development hell. They're like, shit, we can't do this, man. This is a numerical order in 3 in a row. We cannot do this. People will not understand how this works.
it's just
need it-
too complex.
We need to call it Crackdown 45.
If they called it
That's important.
Crackdown 45, it would be launching next month.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, 45 as in 45% completion.
As long as it
Yeah.
launches with 45% and the rest comes in online patches, you're good.
Yeah, Ryan, those friend codes for fucking Switch are, hell, they're longer than your fucking social security number. And I'm like, I ain't remembering that shit, man. Screenshot and pass it out that way, because fuck all that.
The French code's been a thing since the 3DS or Wii U.
I have no idea. It wasn't really much of adding people to my Nintendo console because it mainly just sits. My kids don't play it that much, and I'm sure as fuck not gonna play multiplayer on any of them fucking games.
Well, because you need a recording studio just to do voice chat on the fucking shit.
You're not wrong.
Not to mention a fucking squid with like 8 different connectors.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you look like a fire hazard trying to do a fucking game chat.
Using your phone. Good fucking job, Nintendo. You could literally just call people up and do that, but no, you gotta make this shit complicated.
No, the Nintendo might as well just go use Discord. Use Discord.
Fuck,
we don't have a
that's-
chat function.
They could have partnered with Discord. I'm sure Discord would have had no problem just writing up some code that they could insert into all their games and it would have been taken care of.
Hell, if Discord partners with some fucking scummy YouTubers, I'm sure they'd do it with Nintendo.
I never played online with the Nintendo except for a couple of games on the 3DS, but I've always read from users. It's always been shit. Nintendo's always been shit with their online service. So I don't know. Between the friends code, which is I don't understand shit, and everything else. And they're finally releasing the paid subscription for the Switch. I don't remember the date. If it was this year or next year.
Yeah, fall this year, I think it comes into effect.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bitch for a bunch of people.
I mean, at least it's $20 a year, but still.
Still $20 too much.
Yeah.
They do that so that way you can afford all the other parts you need to be able to talk.
Because you know they're gonna have like a proprietary cable that's like $20 at least.
Yeah.
They'll invent some kind of new audio cable where they can tell what you're using. This one has 6 poles instead of 3.
Or they could be like Apple and get rid of it altogether and just make you do wireless.
Yeah.
I haven't really had much desire to have a Switch personally, so I'm not too affected by it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Switches are. Even my kids, like, I don't even want to touch that thing.
I mean, in all honesty, I would have used the Switch as a virtual console machine basically. When it comes to Nintendo, I just prefer to play their older library.
Have you seen the guy who hooked a Switch up to his PC?
No.
There's a video of it. Like his case on his PC has like a little slot on the side, like in the front, where he docks his PlayStation inside or his Switch inside there, and then he can go from playing on the handheld to playing on his computer monitor, like at 144 frames or whatever, and then pop it back out and continue playing on his thing. And it allows open, like not really open sourcing, but allows you to play basically Steam games on your handheld. And it's actually pretty cool that whatever modding they did with it. And, I figured it'd be perfect for anybody who's a PC gamer and also does Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, I know someone got his account banned because he modded his Switch, and Nintendo banned his account.
That sounds.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that anymore. I thought they'd already ruled on that shit.
What, banning or the modding?
Modding.
Oh yeah.
Because they're for sure not allowed to do the warranty void if removed stickers anymore.
They don't give a shit. This guy just modded a Switch. He did it as like for fun, an experiment or whatever. He wasn't doing it for cheating or whatever the fuck. But that don't matter. You don't like. I was like, if you're gonna mod the Switch, don't put your main account into the modded system and have it affected. Just create a fake account and whatever. Just he shit got banned, and he's only allowed to play offline. So he doesn't have access to the store anymore. Download new games. I mean, he even bought a new Switch. He bought a new Switch, and his account got banned, so he's screwed.
Is there any way to get it unbanned or not?
Maybe
Until it.
Maybe call Nintendo. I don't know. I haven't.
I mean, the one good thing about that is Nintendo's main library is single-player games, so he's not really missing out on the same as if he would have got banned from PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, but he would have to buy the games physically from then on. He can't download anymore. Oh well. That's about it.
I mean it sucks, but it's like I'm trying to think of a good analogy for that, or not an analogy, but something that sort of happened similarly for other systems. I mean, other than obviously there were other systems that did that before, but I can't really I can't really fault anyone because Nintendo has every right to do it. It's their system and they have their terms of service, and I understand why they don't want people modding it.
They might not pretty soon.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of lawsuits going on with right to repair type stuff, and the hardware is already like that's the FCC or whatever just ruled on it, and that's why they can't do the warranty void if remove stickers. But there's a couple going for the software side as well.
See, now how do PCs get around that? Because obviously a lot of people manipulate software on PC. I mean,
because it's open source.
I'm not sure exactly how they do it.
It's open source. There's no, I mean, individual, I would assume if you hacked a copy of like Adobe or something, then Adobe could ban your account or something like that. But you know, it's.
Well, I mean, like games and stuff. Like obviously people play modded games all the time on PC, and I'm wondering what's the difference between that and someone say modding their Nintendo Switch or something, or a game.
Not a whole lot.
Switch. Huh. Because I mean, even right now, I'm playing a modded map right now, and yet, if you were to try to do something similar to this on the Nintendo Switch, you'd basically get banned. I mean, even if you did this on like an Xbox or something, you'd get banned.
That's why PC's master race.
Mm.
I like my mods. I got a
Y'all
shitload
sound
of
a
them
lot
on
like
Fallout.
y'all sound more like the Xbox guys, where y'all aren't bragging about games, y'all are bragging about features.
That's sort of, I'd argue that's a little bit important.
Yeah, but the most important thing for any kind of game platform is, well, games.
Well, yeah, but
Yes, but we have the games,
That's like-
and
come
also
on.
the features. See, that's what makes the games better. Is we also have
y'all
the
have
features.
y'all have a bunch of shit that cell phone companies don't want.
No. I've actually thought about getting back into like World of Warcraft or something.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Not World of Warcraft, man.
no,
Dude, like
Stand
get a
strong
shitload of
stand
mods for
strong with
Fallout
me,
4.
Shane.
that's like yeah.
What Shane's trying to tell you is that his Xbox isn't making him happy, and he needs to find some place that has games.
No, perfectly happy with it. I just thought about I don't know. I just want something I can sink some time into, and I'm having a hard time picking a game doing that.
But PlayStation will do that for you, man.
I mean,
It's time to trade your son. He'll be pissed off at you. He'll think you really grounded him.
Yeah, seems to be a reoccurring theme. He's a teenager now, so.
That's how I ground my son. I'll be like, I'll buy you a fucking Xbox. And he's like, no, Dad.
I mean, it's a hand-in-hand thing. I'd recommend, obviously you get a game that especially a game that you've played before, like on console, get it on PC and stuff, and just mod it.
Yeah, I tried the mods whenever I was on PC. I just didn't find it fun.
Well, then that's you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 as the Flash. I want to play it as one of the Grand Theft Auto 5
Exactly.
characters, you know?
Well,
Exactly.
then
Oh
that's
no,
you.
dude! I get to play Left 4 Dead 2 as Battlefield characters.
Why?
No, and you can kill the Teletubbies too. Don't forget that. Isn't that still a thing? Like, isn't that still like one of the biggest mods on Nexus? Was the Teletubby mod?
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't played Left 4 Dead, and
I don't know, man.
Ever.
Mods are cheating. So
How are they cheating if they don't affect gameplay?
yeah, mods are cheating.
Mods inherently affect gameplay.
No, not skins and shit.
Oh no, not skins.
No. We've had this conversation. I think like gun skins in particular, I think that could be considered cheating.
How could a gun skin be considered cheating?
No. Ow.
Because I might get a little bit more scared if I come around the corner and see you with a bigger gun that you really don't have.
Yeah, but you don't see it.
Or a different color gun, you could see better.
But that's
Wait,
no,
yeah.
no. Only you see it. That's like in Left 4 Dead. Nobody else sees their characters as the Battlefield characters. Only I see
like,
that.
I'm talking a competitive shooter.
You don't get mods in those games.
Oh, don't tell me that they don't do it.
So they're not
They-
okay there, but they're okay elsewhere?
No, you can't. You can't allow. Well, you can allow modded maps and stuff,
Who
but they
gives a
don't. They don't
fuck?
allow the same kind of mods that they allow on like single player games. Of course not, because otherwise you could literally cheat.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about mods in single player games? Don't sound like Stone Fox Media, please.
Dude, that's what makes Bethesda games awesome, or I should say more awesome.
You don't find it crappy though that a community fucking with the game is what makes a certain developer's game awesome?
Dude, just
More
don't
awesome.
use mods. Don't use mods until you finish the game, and when you finish the game, replay it with mods on to fuck around. That's what I do.
Or I don't know why is it that whenever people hate mods, they always have the need to, or they feel like they have the need to tell other gamers how to play their games.
Well, I
Like-
was going off of the chat, really. I was
I
just
don't do
actually having
mods.
fun with y'all.
Like,
I don't really
no.
give a shit if y'all mod y'all single player games.
No, it's just, and I'm not saying that to anyone specifically. It's just every time somebody says something, and these are typically people that are serious, by the way. Whenever they dislike mods, they always say, "Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" And they just feel the need to dictate how they think people should play games.
Well, I
Like,
personally
why
think that you didn't. I personally think that you wouldn't get the proper experience out of the game that the developer intended by playing it for the first time with mods.
Well, nobody
Because-
gets the proper experience that a developer wanted because the developer.
They
a
do if
game
you
is-
play. They do if you play it the way it was intended to play.
Well, that depends on how the developer made the game. I mean,
Does
everybody.
that count? Does that count a broken mess like Elder Scrolls? I mean,
Well,
isn't
no,
that
because I
why
mean the proper
new
experience
official
in that
pack
is to delete it.
tier one?
Like what? Like take a game like I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. Like there's a lot of games that vary differently from play style to play style for people.
Yeah, like there's no one
Like,
one set way to play a Fallout or a Skyrim or like a Witcher or any of those. Like there's no intended way. There's so many
That-
different paths you could take. The developers
Yeah.
can't exactly say, well, the intended way for you to play this game
And-
is X, Y, and Z, because you could do it any one of 1,000 different ways.
And I'd argue the point of the developer's intent was to give you as much options for you to choose, so that the developer didn't
Sure.
have to tell you.
Like if you're talking about like Bethesda, then I mean the developer is not giving you a choice. The developer is basically just like saying, "Please fix my game."
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it didn't. All right, let's use another example. I'm trying to think, like Battlefield, for instance. You know how many different ways there are to play a match, different play styles, different players, different ways that people can do things. There's no set way that DICE is saying, no, you must
Well,
play
yeah,
this
that's
map this
multiplayer.
way.
That's multiplayer. But if you're playing a story-driven game, I mean, it's not a set thing like you have to play and go from this point to this point unless it's a linear game.
God of
but-
War, in God of War, is there a specific way that you must do every little thing?
No, but
Well,
like
there's
if
certain
I
things
if I
are.
went into yeah, I mean, but
That's
if I went
certain.
into God of War
Well,
and
yeah.
played as Zeus, it wouldn't be the exact same experience as with the story that was written.
You're right, it would be different. It'd
Right,
add more
that's-
to the game.
It would change the game. So what I'm saying is
That's the
like that.
point.
I would think that you would want to play the game regular first to see if you even enjoy it or whatever before you start putting mods in it to where you're actually
Well,
able
yeah.
to.
Well, sure, but
That's what.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
well
sure.
that's all anybody said.
Yeah, but it seems to me that whenever whenever you say that, there's certain people that buy games specifically for other reasons. Like I bought GTA 5 on PC specifically for the mod. I didn't buy
Okay.
it because of the story. I didn't buy it because of the multiplayer. I bought it for the mods. Does that mean that I'm going against the developer?
Well, no, because you're still playing. Like, I mean, I know you're playing the story, but I mean, you're like going, you're buying it for that sole purpose. I mean, you're not buying it because you're like going, oh, I really want to play this game. You're playing it, buying it for, oh, I want to play this game with mods. So I mean, it's the intent going in with it is to play with mods.
Yeah, but that's not what the developer intended.
well, kind of. They did allow mods.
They did allow mods. Wait, so if a developer allows mods, then that sort of nullify the entire argument?
But I
Kinda.
don't know. I mean, it's not my argument.
I don't, I
I'm not
don't
The only thing I
saying
said is I just think
Oh
that
no, I
some
wasn't
people,
saying it
I
was
think that,
anyone in here specifically.
well, yeah, but I
saying.
mean, I don't really have that argument because I think it's a stupid argument.
yeah,
That's
it is.
goes back to the same way of people saying you're not a real gamer if you like who fucking care? Like who the fuck are you to tell me if I'm a gamer or not?
Oh no, and that's why I didn't say it was any of you guys.
Yeah,
specifically.
I'm just saying. So I can't. I mean, I can't answer if it nullifies it or not because I don't ever really get it. I leave the PC crowd alone because I just find them repulsive. And so, at least the ones that I talk to.
Hey Ryan,
So I,
you would be surprised how many people cheat on solitaire, man. It's a big problem. Motherfuckers.
It wouldn't surprise me. This generation doesn't even know how to play the fucking game.
Scrubs can't even play the real solitaire.
Who cheats on
Fucking
solitaire?
what's the more other
Spider Solitaire.
No, the other one.
Minesweeper.
That's not
Minesweeper,
solitaire.
No, I thought you said the other one. I thought
Dude,
you
it's
meant,
fucking
like,
Minesweeper.
No, the other
No, he's
solitaire.
talking about the other Solitaire.
There's solitaire, there's spider solitaire, and then there was the one that's not called
Yeah, there's
solitaire,
a-
but it's a solitaire game.
Poker.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
few of them.
No.
I don't know, man.
I've never played card games like that ever. I
I
don't
played
know.
Solitaire whenever I was at work.
Even my dad doesn't know how to play poker. I don't think. Like we just never did. We just never played games like that. Card
Shit,
games like
man,
that,
I
I
don't-
never knew how to play.
I don't think they put it on Windows 10 either.
Bro, but that space pinball game. What was it?
Oh,
Space...
dude. Yeah.
Free Cell.
Free Cell, thank you.
Shadowkin. Yep.
The real fucking solitaire.
I don't know how to play Free Cell. I tried when I was a kid and I got lost. I had no idea what I was doing.
Dum.
I've never learned how to play card games like that, and I never really cared to learn.
But like cheating on solitaire? Are you serious?
Oh,
Like,
fuck,
how
who
do you
knows?
cheat on solitaire?
Use
I
the
don't even know how to
undo
play
button.
Yeah, I don't even know how to play it, so I don't even know what.
How do you
cheating
not know
is.
how to play solitaire?
I've never played solitaire.
You put a
You never play solitaire.
No,
you put a black
never
5 on a red 6, man. That's it.
That's it. You just put like the number.
You put them
You
in
just
number
count-
in
Count
numeric,
Common Core, I should be able to put that red 7 on there.
right? You put them in numerical order, but they have to alternate black and red.
Well, I mean, that's whenever you go. If you're playing like Solitaire, where you're playing doubles, like, are we playing Microsoft Solitaire or are we playing actual Solitaire?
Well,
Because if it's playing Microsoft, you can put like King, Jack, Ace, 2, 5, 7. Everything plays.
Yeah, there's actually more than one type of solitaire.
oh yeah, unlike
Yeah.
XP, they had like 8 of them.
Jeez.
And
Yeah, I
and
only know-
Minesweeper.
I only know of one type of solitaire, so I don't know. That's one version. I mean, I don't know
Is
what
this-
the hell you're talking about.
Is this what I think it is?
I don't know.
What?
No shit. Downhill
What?
Downhill Slalom Mountain Run Adventure released on Android.
The hell is that?
It's a,
Oh, that's a DOS game.
yep, it's a and Windows 3.1. Yeah. It's a copy of the old fucking Ski Free, I think it was called.
Look out for the Yetis that come out from the trees.
Oh, that's if they actually have
that
Yetis.
That one? Oh my god.
Oh no,
yes.
it's actually a little different. Yeah.
What? How different?
Well,
Did
for
it
one
take out the
thing, you're a
Yeti?
little dot, and it looks like you're supposed to like near miss a bunch of trees and houses and shit.
Yay.
Damn, that's too bad.
Yay.
Cause I love Ski Free.
Used to play that. I don't know. Can you ever outrun the Yeti? I don't know.
You can outrun
know.
them for. Oh man, there was a thing. You can look it up on YouTube. There are guys that outrun the Yeti, and I think there's a way to outrun them like permanently or something like that.
I can never figure out.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, they'll go up and to the right or left, like they'll go up a bunch, like a screen or two. You can't go too high because then he'll just come and eat you. But then you go up like a screen or two, and then you keep going like right or left until you're like way the fuck, and then you start skiing down. And when you get down, he tries to chase you, but he starts from so far away, like to the side, that you can kind of just barely make it down before he eats you or something. Yeah,
That shit used to piss me off so bad.
right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that game. I remember Zork though.
Zork. I never played that one. Played Commander Keen.
I never played those games.
Mouse. Like, what was it? Wasn't Mouse Trap? Fuck. You were the mouse, and you started in the middle of a bunch of blocks, and there were cats and cheese, and you had to move the blocks and trap the cats and eat the cheese.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Can't remember what the fucking name it was though.
Was it a Mousetrap?
No, it wasn't Mousetrap. It was something like that though.
Wasn't it also on the Odyssey? Like sort of, kind of.
I can't remember. I only ever had it on Windows.
I know the Odyssey. They had it. If you remember what the Odyssey was, it was basically this console where all it was it just put like a dot on the screen that you can control, and you literally had to put like transparent little overlays on your TV screen as maps.
You're way too like young for that.
Yep. That was back in my day.
I'm not saying I played it. I'm just saying that's
did
what it was. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about at least.
Yeah.
But I just remember that was like an overlay that you could have put to an extent, I think.
What else?
We had one of those laying around when I was a kid, and I remember my grandpa used to get pissed when we taped that fucking thing to his big screen TV. But then he'd get mad when we played Sega on it too, because he'd go, "That's gonna burn out the picture." Okay, so we just can't win.
I remember that argument.
My dad, when we finally killed the, 14-inch, 20-year-old color TV that we had when I was a kid. That was my dad screamed at us for killing it with the PlayStation. It's like, dude, this TV is fucking ancient, bro.
And a month, like those TVs almost cost more to use on your electric bill than they do to like go buy.
Those fucking bricks.
Yeah, those fatback TVs.
Big old fucking
expensive
surround
right
around
now.
the screen with wood grain and shit.
Yep.
It barely had the yellow, white, red connectors. Barely.
I was so glad to get rid of those fucking TVs. Jesus Christ. Those heavy as fuck TVs. When we bought, the flat TVs, whatever, moving those things was a bitch. Weigh like a fucking ton. I actually had one. I don't know how it happened. I was 12. I actually had one fell on top of me.
Oof. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened.
I can't remember.
It just happened.
I can't remember what it was specifically, but I remember we had one of those giant box CRT TVs, and this thing was like a 40-something inch.
God.
And it was given to us by, what was it? I think it was my aunt's mom who gave it to us. And that thing lasted for quite a while, but I don't know whatever happened to it.
They would. I mean, shit, I used my parents' old Sony Wega.
Those were bomb as shit,
dude.
though.
They were fucking great, man. The projectors with the the light bulb and shit, but they were thinner because they had the mirror system in the back. And they had the big ass speakers underneath it on the stand and shit. Those were epic TVs. Yeah, I was fucking pissed when that thing died. What else, man? Old ass games I used to play. Jewel of the Jungle.
I remember. No, I'm thinking of something else. It wasn't Joe of the Jungle.
Secret Agent. Crystal Caves.
Yeah, Crystal Caves. Yeah.
Lenny's music, some shit. I forgot the full name.
It's a whole bunch that I don't remember the name of. Like there was the one that was it was like pink and purple and black, and you were this little like alien dude that had energy. And it was a whole bunch of like, you know, caves and alien like worlds and shit like that.
What, like on DOS and 3.1 you're
Yeah,
talking
it was.
about?
This was DOS. Yeah, it was on a 5.5 floppy.
I used to play Red Baron, that airplane game where you drop bombs and shit on. Dude, I played that for hours.
Okay, Ryan, Defender, was that the one where it was a side scroller where you were a ship and you could rescue the guys before the aliens picked them up and took them away? Because I think that's the one, and if that's the one, then I had a version of that, but it was a different version than the ones they had in the. Yeah, okay, it was a different version because mine was in color, and I don't think they made a Defender in color like the one I had, because mine actually had like it was like 16-bit color or something like that, and yeah, that was a fucking awesome ass game. I still remember the shooting sound for that thing. It was fucking great. And if you were really cool, you could be zooming along and one of the aliens will have picked up the dude and you could shoot the alien and then catch the guy in the air before he fell and died.
Sounds cool.
It was a fun game. It was hard as fuck, but it was a fun game.
This sounds smart. Raptor.
Oh yeah.
Shadow.
Call of the Shadows. Yep.
Call of the Shadow. Used to play that. Used to play it a lot as a kid. When I saw it was on Steam, I was like instant buy, just instant buy. I didn't wait for a sale.
I don't think I bought it on Steam, but I bought it on Good Old Games. Yeah, I didn't get it on Steam. I got the Good Old Games version.
I didn't think about checking GOG first. Oh well. Well, yeah, I didn't wait for a sale. I just bought it. Oh my god.
It was silly too because we only ever had the shareware versions of these games. So we only ever got the first like 2 or 3 levels. My dad was too cheap to buy us the actual games. It's like what, Raptor, there was 3 worlds and each world had like 10 levels, and so the shareware version was just the first 10 or whatever levels for the first world, and that was all you got. And so we would just keep replaying those over and over again.
You know what they should bring back? Carmen Sandiego.
Oh god, I never played that one.
I played Where in the World, Carmen Sandiego. It was fun. Fun detective game.
I couldn't stand the cartoon as a kid, so I'm sure the game is somewhat similar, right?
I don't remember watching the cartoon.
It was like a game show, wasn't it? That had like a cartoon part to it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a long ass time ago.
I never watched the cartoon, so I wouldn't know. The cartoon Gargoyles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Played a board game. The board game and the VHS tape. That shit was cool, actually. That shit was pretty cool.
Castle of the Winds. That was a great fucking game.
What?
It was just a stupid little roguelike where you were just like this torso of a dude, and it would just move. You would move like left or right, like a square at a time or whatever on the thing, and you just keep going deeper and deeper into the dungeon and fight bigger and bigger monsters. But yeah, it was fun. Dude, I spent hours playing that game. Fuck. I had that old ass computer too for the longest time. I don't think I had any of the software that I used to play with it though.
Trying to remember what else. I did have the Mario's Time Machine on the computer.
I never had that.
It was pretty neat. If you're interested, you can find the emulated version. There's the Super Nintendo version of Mario's Time Machine. You can emulate that if you want to look at it.
I could play it on my PSP. Or my phone for that matter.
Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah,
Alright,
I think
dude.
it's getting.
Go hang out with the wife.
I think it's all wrapping up anyway. I think we're out of topics. At least for me on my end.
Area
What-
51.
Oh yes, Area 51.
That was a great fucking game.
Yeah.
But
I like Time Crisis. I like Time Crisis over Area 51.
oh no, not
Not the rail shooter.
not the rail shooter, not the arcade rail shooter. No, there was I can't remember now if it was actually Area 51 or oh no, Zone 66. Excuse me. Zone 66. Top-down plane shooter. It's real fucking good. But all right, yeah, it's been 2.5 hours. So
what day is E3?
well, it
Starts
starts tomorrow.
Like,
But
Oh,
we're
it's tomorrow?
gonna be streaming probably
Probably
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday and then maybe Monday.
Oh, for sure, Monday. That's the
I
Sony.
thought it starts at 12, or was I think of something?
I don't know. There's
It
an
was
E3
either
schedule
10
online,
or 12.
but it's only EA doing theirs tomorrow.
Right.
I thought it was EA and one other.
It might be
Like
I
EA
don't
and
know, I think,
Bethesda, not Bethesda, but like EA
because
and
there's
somebody.
maybe Square Enix, maybe I
Something
don't
like
know.
that, yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for
I mean,
watching.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch it, but if you're streaming, I'll come by. If you're co-streaming E3, I'll come by.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next time.
Yep.
Peace.